Uh-oh. Technical difficulty. Hold on. Uh-oh. Technical
When
difficulty.
everything
Hold
breaks
on.
as soon as you try and do anything.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
technical difficulties.
Yeah. That's not it. There it is. That's not it. There it is. Figured it out. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another session of RPG Night. I am the Hoff. I am joined by Jedi, Neptune, and Silver. Tom is late. Make fun of him when he gets here. Yeah, welcome to another session. We have officially come up with a team name, which is awesome. This team is the Wandering Souls. Souls as in, like, souls on your feet. Because, you know, wordplay. It's great.
Very funny.
We're hilarious.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
We are quite hilarious.
Top tier humor. Anywho's, welcome back. Last time we were all here together, these guys had a little side adventure going to get the mail for the town in a little castle keep. Managed to get the mail, discovered a couple other little nuggets of information. And now they got back to their camp, they rested up, long rest, a little bit of a level up, which is even better. And now you guys essentially wake up in the morning with the other guards that you rescued, and you pack up the wagon with all the extra booze and the mail that was supposed to be delivered, and you're on your way back. As you guys are returning, is there anything you wish to do?
We're at level 4, right?
Correct,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. I don't think there's anything I need to do.
I'm gonna just keep an eye behind us as we move along, because mostly I don't trust that the Nilbogs aren't following us anymore.
Fair enough. You can go ahead and roll a perception check.
Ooh. Let me pull up my actual right character sheet. 18.
Yeah, so with an 18, you're sitting on the back of the cart as everyone else is just kind of like just looking forward to getting home, but you're super alert, you're super ready for anything that happens. You see no signs of being followed and no signs of anything stalking you through the woods,
Correct.
essentially.
Go team.
Great. Yes, go team. Good job. So, yeah, you guys start making your way back. And unless there's anything else you wish to do on the way back, you arrive back in the little hamlet of Courage, which has been your more or less home for the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
As you do, everyone can make an insight check or a perception, your choice.
Insight or perception.
Great, they're the same for me.
They're the same for me as well.
That's cocked.
Insight.
That is a natural 20 for a 23.
Ooh, nice.
4.
11.
You're so focused, Neptune, on the road behind you that you don't even notice what's going on around you. 11, Silver, it's just like, yeah, something's kind of weird here. Jedi, you immediately pick up on it. Something happened. Something is not good. There's a somberness that's hanging in the air, and a general sense of anxiety as you roll into the town.
Oh my.
After a brief stop at pretty much like the post office, you drop off the mail and that can get all sorted. You hop back on the cart and continue making your way over to Brenna's tavern, the lady that hired you to go fetch her booze. So you arrive there, and you step out, approach the tavern itself, knock on the door. Door opens up, and she's standing there, and she's like, "Oh, you made it back!"
Oh my god, Tom.
And there he is. Welcome.
Imagine being to the
Oh
session
my
on
gosh.
time.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, Tom.
You sound like you fell asleep.
100% fell asleep.
I don't blame you. Naps are good. Naps are awesome.
Yeah, I took a nap, didn't wake up.
I had my dad wake me up 10 minutes before the session because I knew I was going to
Understandable.
I was tempted for a nap because I also just got off the night shift this morning, so had a little bit of a nap this morning. but we're good. Anywho's, welcome. For your purposes, Tom, we've just made it back to town. And there's a general sense of somberness and anxiety through the town as you arrive. You've arrived right back at Brinna's Tavern, which, by the way, does have a name. I believe I named it... It's somewhere here. Hold on just a sec. Da-da-da-da-da.
We swear it has a name.
I did name it, and it's pretty cool. It's called the Wolf and Crow.
Oh.
Okay.
Good name.
Yeah, so you arrive, you knock on the door, she opens the door and says, "Oh, you made it back? Welcome, come on in, good to see you."
Yes, we made it back with most of the merchandise. Everything that was intact when we arrived has been returned safe and sound.
Oh, excellent. There was a couple pieces missing.
Yeah, a bit, yeah, just a little.
And as you kind of like turn around and look outside, the guards that you're with have already kind of scattered.
That makes sense. Yeah, they.
Worth every penny they were.
Yeah, that's no.
Well, it's a... No, sorry, go ahead. You were saying something, Jedi?
No, I was finishing what I was saying. I said,
Yeah. No, Rin's like, well, it's a good thing I'm not paying them then, because I can sense the sarcasm.
Yes, yes. Well, let's just say not all of the missing supplies were damaged by the road.
That's incredibly vague. Do you have any more details?
The issue has been resolved.
Okay. Fair enough. I respect the discretion in this matter. And she'll kind of call over to, like, barmaids, essentially, her employees, and they'll come and start offloading the kegs and the wine and start setting it up. And she's like, well, this is good. I won't have to delay my opening night any further. May not be tonight. We got to get everything sorted and inventoried and such, but we should be open tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow evening we'll open, and the first round is, as promised, on me.
wonderful.
As well, your reward. Let me see if I... What did I promise you guys?
I hope it's money.
It was money. I remember that much.
Hey!
B.
Please, we have so many bills to pay.
I think I've got written down 20 gold pieces each.
I believe
Plus
that
an
is
unknown
right.
amount, based on any other things we ran into.
20 gold pieces each, and the first round served. So, she goes behind the counter, pulls out essentially a small chest, unlocks it, and pulls out 20 gold pieces for each of you.
Cool.
And she says, well-earned coin if I do say so myself. Thank you very much. It's difficult getting a business up and running in a new town, so I appreciate the help.
Yes,
Happy?
it is our pleasure.
Excellent. Well, I have much to do to prepare for opening night tomorrow night, so if you'll please excuse me, and her workers start to get to work inside the tavern there.
I'll just kind of politely bow and quickly pull all of us back outside the tavern before anyone can question what happened in the woods.
Discreetly.
And why one of the guards didn't come back. Yeah, discreetly.
Make a stealth check.
Oh no.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no. 7.
Oh, nice.
It is, to you, it's very discreet. To everyone else, you see him kind of like slowly back up, but like every floorboard is squeaking on his way out as he like kind of fumbles to grab you guys and pull you out. Both Brinna and her employees just kind of like side eye you guys as you step outside into the daylight.
Did the other guards take the body out of the cart, or was that left for the tavern to deal with?
Did you guys take the body?
I thought we took the body. Did we just leave the body in the woods?
Which body?
Yeah, which body
The
again?
guard we murdered.
The guard you liquefied?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, if you guys
I
wanted
don't
to take
know.
the body back with you, yes, you did, and the other guards, they took care of it, essentially.
Great. Okay.
That's
I was gonna say.
lovely.
They essentially unloaded everything right beside the tavern, hopped back in the cart, and, like, just dipped.
Great. So no one's ever finding that body.
No.
Understood.
Yeah, you guys now have pretty much the day of the town to do what you wish with. Your pocket's a little bit heavier.
Wonderful.
Well, team, I think this is another successful operation. Maybe next time, alright, let's set a goal going forward. 50% less of our own allies killed. Like, if we can, like, lower the amount of friendly fire.
I think that is a great objective.
Yes.
Mhm.
Attainable, some might say.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
It's a goal. You know, it's not like a requirement, but it's like something to aim for.
I like it.
Okay, so I'm looking around and I'm not seeing any immediate fires we need to deal with. So everything seems to be good.
According to your perception, yes. Again, I'm trying to remember everyone's names again. Flint, with your natural 20, there is, again, a somberness hanging over. Everyone walking by is kind of like head hung low, kind of like eyes darting back and forth. Something obviously happened while you guys were gone.
Yeah. All right. Unless anyone has something very pressing to do at a market stall, we should meet back at the Lucky Goat Inn.
That sounds good to me.
Sure.
No objections. Okay. So you guys start walking back over to the Lucky Goat. You step inside. I'd say it's about mid-morning at this point, approaching noon. They have like a brunch menu on. So with that, you guys can order some food, a round of drinks, just kind of settle in and somewhat congratulate yourselves on a job okay done.
Yeah. We got
Yeah.
the job done.
We did it. Successful.
We did it.
Mission
We did
success.
it.
Mhm.
Yay.
While we're getting our food, can I take a quick look? Because I know the job board was in here. Has there been any major updates, or is it kind of just the same mostly?
To the job board, no. There's a couple like little minor jobs being like, oh, I need some help herding my cows. And that kind of stuff. At this point, you guys are feeling pretty confident. There's nothing adventure level to help with. Before you were starting out, but now you've got a base. You're looking for bigger fires to assist with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you really
Good.
want to wrangle some cows for a session, because I can come up with something real quick.
We tried to do some gardening and it became a massive boss fight, so at a certain point, I'm scared of these cows.
Yep, fair enough. You also dealt with some goats, too, so you're wary of farm
Yeah.
animals.
Oh, like-
We're terrified of chores.
Yeah.
So true, so true, so true.
Well,
we're gonna get jumped by a broom.
Yeah. What time of day would it be?
About noonish.
Yeah, about noon. All right. I will go to the barkeep and order up whatever drinks we're having. And I would like to ask him if something happened, like the past day or two.
Yeah. All right. So you approach the bar. Behind the bar is the owner of the Lucky Goat. He is an older elven man named Cyril. And he's owned the bar, and his family's been in the little hamlet of Courage for quite some time. So he's pretty much like a staple citizen of this community.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, you guys were gone last night then. You didn't hear about what happened."
No, yeah, we were off doing one of our missions, a job for somebody.
Well, I have a strange feeling that another job might come looking for you soon enough. One of the local farmers was attacked last night.
Oh.
The guards are blaming it on a rogue wolf attack.
Rogue wolf. Oh.
Yes. We've always had wolf problems around the area, but this one in particular, this pack seems to be particularly aggressive, encroaching on human territory, on our territory, as opposed to like sticking to the woods as most of them do. And that's an issue, of course.
Yeah,
So
that-
I have a strange feeling you'll be sought out for another job unless you wish to go find the Sheriff Gustav first. Because there are a couple other adventuring crews that are in town at this time that probably are picking up the job as well.
Okay. Well, thank you for the information. I will leave a tip for our drinks and.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Enjoy.
Wonderful. I'll bring it back to our group with the best of my ability.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I don't know if you caught on to this whole what's a mahoozin about the town, but everyone was like a little shifty when we were coming in.
I didn't see
Yeah.
anything.
I thought I picked up on something like that.
Yeah, it apparently it's because while we were gone, one of the farmers got attacked by a wolf.
A lone wolf.
I don't know if it was a lone wolf. That's what just happened.
Well, the man's alive, so
Apparently there is a pack that is, a little aggressive around here. So
Some random stupid human farmer? Who cares? It's not like it was an Allen or something. Like,
Oh, okay.
I think our coin purse cares to start. His life evidently doesn't matter.
we're horrible people, but we'll do it for money.
yeah, you paid me enough to care.
Do we pay you?
Well, I've got gold that says you do.
It has been a profitable partnership, to say the least.
Didn't they get us into this whole shtick? But yeah, if we wanted, the barkeep Cyril was like, if we wanted to, pursue this, we could go talk to the sheriff, or we could fast track it before it even went on the board.
Finish our drinks and head over?
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
I'm gonna be honest, after the mailbox and then after the weird encampment thing, I'm having this drink and none of you can stop me.
No, that's why I got them.
Understandable.
We had a busy couple days.
Yeah. So you
I'll get to
guys
that.
finish your drinks, you finish your meals. Well sated, you excuse yourselves from the bar, pick up on your tab, you're all good to go. And as you exit, you see some familiar faces passing through the town. You see, while you were in the bar, you seen Chorus, the Dragonborn that had hired the goblins and then tried to not pay them. He's kind of working over some paperwork over some lunch, and he kind of gives you a curt nod as he sees you. As you're leaving, the construction gobos are actually entering for lunch at this point.
Yeah.
So you can say hi, and they wave hi. You're becoming well known through town, easy enough to say. And you head on over to the town hall, and within the town hall you find the sheriff, Gustav. Gustav is... Where are my notes here? It's fun having notes. He is a dwarven man. You've seen him around. He is hard to miss, to say the least. He's loud, he's boisterous, he just has a large presence. So as you enter and you walk on over to him, he says, "Oh, hello there, friends. It's good to see you again. Good to see you made it back. I had heard you had a job outside of town. What can I do for you?"
We heard you were having a bit of trouble recently. Something about a wolf attack. You might be looking for someone to look into.
Ah, yes,
you know how
absolutely.
adventuring types always want a bit of work.
Absolutely, and I've talked to a couple of the other adventuring groups in town here. So, you're actually familiar with them. The farmer, Balto, the gnome, he helped them with their goats the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were the ones attacked by these rogue wolves, these aggressive wolves. They essentially, his story was he heard a noise at night, and as he stepped outside, he was attacked. His sons came out to help him. He managed to get inside before sustaining life-threatening injuries. He's recovering in the infirmary now. But through my investigations, we believe that it is a rather large wolf, unusually large, one might say, and their pack that have led this attack. They've been harrying us for a while. We've lost livestock and even a couple dogs to this pack. So, we have placed a bounty on the alpha wolf, essentially. Bring back its head, proof that it is dead, and you will be paid.
Ooh.
And we're confident it's not just a goat. Because I swear to God, that farmer keeps some crazy goats, and I just want to be confident before we go out.
He does, but all the goats were accounted for. Yes.
Good, okay. Because
If
I
you
am
wish
never
to do a
dealing
further investigation into the goats yourselves, that's your prerogative, how you want to go about this, but only if you return with proof that you finished it yourself will you get paid.
How much is
You
the
could
bounty?
not pay me enough for that.
Focus. Sorry, Silver, you said how much are you getting paid?
Is the bounty?
The bounty itself is... That's actually a good question. I didn't set out a bounty. Considering the dangerousness of this particular job and how you will have to proceed into the wilderness itself, we'll say 100 gold for proof that the alpha is dead.
Now, you say yourself this might be quite the difficult task. Could I perhaps not talk you up to a reasonable 120?
Make a persuasion check. You guys are in quite good standing with the town so far.
Ooh! Dirty 20.
He's like, you know what? Yes, we can do that. Our coffers can afford the little bit extra bounty for your crew, as you've done quite well by us in the past.
A pleasure, as always, to do business.
You as well. And he starts pulling out paperwork and starts doing it.
Alrighty. Let's track down this farmer.
All right. The farmer is currently in the infirmary. He is recovering, as Gustav mentioned, but you can also, where his farm is, so you can also just immediately head out there and start there as well. Choice is yours on how you wish to proceed.
Let's talk to the farmer first.
Yeah, let's talk to... Was it Balto or Barto?
Balto, yes.
Balto. There we go.
All right,
Let's
so...
actually do our jobs.
Yes. So actually within the town hall is like the hospital, the infirmary. They don't see a lot of major injuries here, so they don't need a major hospital. And as you approach, you see the town cleric, essentially. She's a younger human woman named Claire. You've seen her around, haven't really spoken to her. She seems quite shy. And you can see she kind of has her back turned to you at this point. She's taking inventory as you can see Balto resting in one of the beds there.
Let's just approach Balto then.
All right. As you do, you can hear kind of like Claire give like a slight little gasp and says, "Oh, you scared me. Have you come to speak to Sir Balto about the incident?"
Yes, we have.
Okay. He is resting over there. He is awake at this point. Just try not to alarm him.
Okay.
Of course.
He is very tired, of course, and she turns back to whatever she is doing. So you approach Balto. He's kind of sitting up in bed. You can see he has like bandages on and scrapes and whatnot. A little bit around his neck there, one around his head, up his arm. And he turns to you and says, "Oh, good to see you again, my friends. To what do I owe the honor?"
We are here to hunt down the wolf that has attacked you. Could you give us any information about it?
I told that Gustav it wasn't a wolf. But no, they're just so focused on that problem that they just gotta pin everything on it.
Oh, what did attack you then?
That I can't say. What I remember is we were settling down for the night. And I heard something in the barn. So I went to go investigate as my sons were packing up elsewhere. As I stepped outside to approach the barn to see what it was, there was a flash in the corner of my eye, and whatever it was, it attacked me. It's strange to say, but it looked almost human, almost humanoid, but it was so dark, moved so fast I couldn't tell. I don't know how I survived. I managed to crawl back into the house. My wife was there. She helped me while my sons went out to chase down whatever it was. But they couldn't find any sign of what it was. Then the guards came, Gustav came, they heard the wolves in the distance. They're like, nope, it's the wolves. You're delirious. I know what I saw. It wasn't a wolf.
Okay. That's good to know what we might be actually hunting. What kind of, not to pry or anything, but what kind of wounds did you, like, is it claw marks? Was it bites?
I'm
Nails?
not too sure myself. I was barely conscious and woke up here already wrapped up.
Okay.
Lost to Claire.
Yeah, I'll turn to the clerk at that point and go, could you describe in as great detail as you can, and I'll kind of pull her away from Balto, the extent of her injuries that were brought in.
Yeah, and as you do that, Balto says, don't get me wrong, the wolves are a problem, and they've been causing issues for my livestock forever. That's what I thought it would be at first, but we've never had any trouble chasing them off. But this is different. Something more is going on here. And so as he's kind of like rambling like a delirious old man, as he's on a lot of medication right now, as you're talking to Claire, she starts describing the injuries. You can go ahead and make a medicine check.
Ooh, nat 20.
Ooh, nice. As she's describing the wounds, you've in the past studied a little bit of medicine, particularly like animal attacks for whatever reason. These are not wolf wounds. Like, there's very few bite marks, if any, a lot of claw marks, but that's not usually a wolf thing. And she seems to draw particular attention to a bite mark that was on the neck area. That was the worst one. That seemed to be the only actual bite mark on his body. The rest were just claws and scratches. Deep, don't get me wrong. They were quite serious wounds. But it just strikes you as very odd. And yes, no, this was not an actual wolf attack. This is something more.
Would you be able to remove the bandages so I could get a better look at that bite?
Make a persuasion check. I know you're good at persuasion, but...
Cocktail. Yeah, it's not when I roll like that. Maybe. Persuasion. 12?
She's like, oh, we have to keep the bandages on to prevent infection. I don't want to have to use any of our precious resources more than we have to as it is. If
Fair
you're
enough.
around tomorrow morning, I should be replacing the bandages, and you can check it out then if you wish to do so.
If the issue hasn't been resolved by then, we'll be here.
Very good.
Well, I've got the information I needed, so take your time, gang.
Any more questions you wish to ask Claire or Balto?
I don't think so. Anyone else?
Tom, you're muted.
I'm good. Someone walked in and I forgot to unmute.
You can see the depression go across Tom's face.
Yeah.
When he realized he was muted. It was so bad his camera lost focus.
Yeah, his camera's
my
like, no, we
camera
can't.
won't do that. My camera will just do that.
My camera does that as well. I actually should look into a new one. Yeah, so you guys got the information you needed. How do you wish to proceed?
Let's
Well-
go to the farmer's farm.
Hey, are any of us actually good at tracking things?
I don't think any of you are fully wisdom-based.
I have a high wisdom-ish.
Okay. Yeah, let's
If
go
it
to
was
the
a
farm.
city.
Yes.
Let's go to the farm and see if we can find some tracks.
All right. So yes, you guys head on out to the farm itself. And you can see the farmhouse there. You can see Balto's son and his wife working on the farm while their father is recovering. You see the goats off in the distance and the dryad girl you had previously stabbed.
Just gonna put myself in between Felix and the Dryad as
Yeah,
we
she gives
walk up.
Felix a dirty look.
I bow slightly.
She's just kind of sitting on the fence with like her shepherd's staff there, just watching the goats go. Every so often she'll like speak in goat and they listen to her.
So you guys go investigate everything over here. I'm gonna go talk to the Dryad to see if they witnessed anything, and all of you stay as far away as possible.
That sounds good to us.
Yeah, so you guys start looking elsewhere. You walk up to the Dryad and she's like, "Oh, you guys are back. You've come to stab me again?"
Okay,
Not this
that
time.
wasn't me. Blame Felix, okay?
Oh, I do.
Listen, listen. The guy might not be all together, okay?
I noticed.
I just came to ask a few questions about a attack that happened last night. Wondering if you or any of your goats saw anything.
Ooh. I mean, I didn't see anything, but the goats were acting very strange. Like, even more strange than when there's a wolf nearby. And the wolves were nearby last night, but usually they're pretty safe in the pen. But they were acting particularly antsy, as if there was something else.
Something else like what?
I have no idea. I didn't see anything. I was half asleep at the time.
I see. Okay.
The goats, they...
Could you?
Hmm?
Could you ask the goats?
Oh,
what
I
it
did.
might have been?
And they're just like, nah, the vibes are off, man.
The vibes are off. Okay.
Which, don't get me wrong, vibe checks. The goats
oh,
know their
oh.
vibes.
Oh yes, very. Yeah, no, great senses of vibes.
Yes.
Yes, I know it well. Okay.
But we didn't see anything.
Unfortunate. Well, if you do see anything, come to me and not Felix.
Yes.
I just have a sinking suspicion that I'm the better connection to you than Felix does.
Very much so, yes. She kind of like taps your head with her staff.
All right. I'll just act like that was a thing that happens and go help the others.
While he was doing that, what are you guys doing?
Let's do the check around the barn.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
Let's attack it.
So you can do an investigation check.
Okay.
Oh. I feel like the intelligence-
Investigation, survival,
Yeah.
you guys pick. I assume you guys are all kind of working in tandem.
Yeah.
So everyone make a check and choose which one.
I'll do investigation.
24.
24 investigation? Okay.
Oh my gosh, another natural 20.
Hmm,
So 21 survival.
even better. And
Did
Felix?
you take Silver's dice? I just gotta ask.
Yeah, I
Yes.
take dice 100%.
Borrowing.
That is 12 investigation.
Alright, Felix, you're kind of distracted with the dry just kind of staring daggers at you off in the corner so you don't see anything. Kisadon, you see with your investigation, very quickly do you find wolf tracks. However,
Wolf tracks?
they stop and start at the edge of the farm itself. They never enter the property.
Do I find anything else?
You can see that they go into the woods. You can see lots of like humanoid and goat and animal footprints around. Nothing else that you can kind of make out. You found the spot of the attack essentially, where there's some dried blood that is being cleaned up by Balto's wife. As you look around, you can see there are deep gouge marks, claw marks in some of the wood on the porch there. But after a quick look around, you find no other telltale signs of an animal attack. There's no fur, there's no smell, nothing. But you did locate wolf tracks at the edge of the property itself, but they never stepped into the farm itself. There's no way a wolf would have attacked a Balto on his porch.
Yep.
With a survival, with that natural 20, you're like, aha! And can see exactly where the tracks themselves disappear into the woods and can easily track them if you wish to do so. It's a little suspicious to you. It's almost they're too easy to track.
Huh. Oh, all right. Weird.
You're not familiar with wolves, but you think they'd be a little more discreet in their pathing. But it's like very obvious, like there's tree branches knocked over, there's stones overturned as it disappears into the woods.
I'm squat. Like I can squat down. I can see a hole straight through.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
Again, you're not a wolf expert by any means, but you're like, that's off.
That doesn't seem
The
right.
perfectly man-shaped hole in
Yeah.
the forest does seem a little odd for a wolf.
No, it's still wolf shaped. Don't get me wrong. But you're just like, the vibes are off.
Right. Yeah.
This session is
This
all about
entire
vibes
farm.
check.
The entire farm, including the dryad, has failed the vibe check.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you guys wish to do?
Well, I'll let everyone know what I found. That if we want to go after whatever made these wolf tracks, we easily can.
Let's try and talk to the sons.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So you guys can approach them in the fields, and they see you approach, and they're like, "You're the next adventuring crew that's made it out, eh?"
The next one.
Yeah, there's been one that came through, a few halflings. They were looking for the wolf bounty as well.
Okay.
I presume they followed the trail to the woods.
You know, I think they missed that trail. They just kind of started wandering.
Of course.
Of course.
Conveniently.
What can you tell us about the wolf attack?
Well, we had just finished up all our chores and we were inside sitting down for dinner. It was dark out already, past twilight, when we heard noises from the barn. Dad went to go check it out immediately while we gathered a few things for backup if necessary. He just wanted presence there first before we got there, as the cavalry, as it were. And before we could finish stepping into the other room to grab our implements or weapons, we heard Dad scream from the porch. And we heard another scream. But it's not like any animal I've ever heard. It was something more sinister. There was an intelligence behind it. And we rushed outside, and Dad had managed to crawl inside by the time we got there, so as soon as the three of us stepped out, whatever it was gone. Then we rushed off to fetch the guards.
Does your father have a tool belt by chance that he would have been carrying with him?
A tool belt?
Implements, something on him. If you heard two screams, there's a chance he wounded it. If he's missing a tool from his belt, then we'd have something to look for.
He didn't go out with a tool belt. He went out with one of the... It's one of the pitchforks, essentially. And he kind of goes over and shows you... It's essentially like a short spear that's used for defense and just protecting the livestock and whatnot. You take a look at it, and there is no signs of it being used in combat. It's not bloodied, it's not nicked. Whatever it was, obviously got the drop on Balto and injured him before he could fight back.
Gotcha.
That scream come from then?
That's what I'm curious about.
It could be like as opposed to a scream of pain, like a hunter's scream, a predator's scream.
A battle cry.
Battle cry, yeah.
And Balto managed to escape back to the porch?
He was on the porch when he was attacked. He was just outside the door. And
So we managed to get through the door,
he managed to get
and it-
back inside, yeah.
and it just didn't follow him.
I guess not. We were just around the corner when we heard the commotion, so he was just coming back inside when we were there.
So it may have known you guys were inside already.
Yeah, as opposed to being able to run off with Dad.
Mm-hmm.
Figured him for easy prey, but Dad's tough.
Yes. Yeah, he is.
Can
Farmer
I
strength.
step into their house quickly and just go to the room they said they were in?
Yeah. So you're pretty much on the front porch there, and it's kind of like your typical farmhouse porch. You got the railings, you got the swing in the corner there. Pretty much right beside the door, just offset to the side, is where the blood is. That's where the attack happened. And you can see the blood trail of Balto, who managed to escape the grip of whatever this was and crawl inside, just inside the foyer, like just over the threshold. And the room that they were in is literally right beside it. The door is right there. So they grabbed their stuff, and as they were stepping out, their dad managed to crawl back in.
Okay. So in D&D terms, it's basically like 1, maybe 2 rounds long attack. It was not a long, prolonged fight. It was a quicker.
It was
event.
very quick, yes. Maybe in D&D terms, maybe 1 or 2 rounds.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at here.
Right,
And
so-
they can't see out onto the porch from the room they were originally in, so there's no way they would have seen it.
There is a window there, but they said they didn't see anything. Essentially, I'll
Okay.
describe it that the attack happened on the opposite side of that room.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the attack wasn't outside that window.
Okay, so the Suns aren't in on it, pretty much.
As far
If
as
you
you can
hear the
figure at this
multiple.
point, no, they're not in on it.
Alright.
Okay.
They
Time to
s-
explore every angle.
If you want to make an insight check, go for
I guess I will.
it.
It doesn't hurt. 0.
It might hurt. Insurance fraud. Attempted
knew it.
insurance fraud.
Balto wasn't really attacked.
Oh no, he was definitely attacked, but you figure the wife's trying to get out. Trying to have her husband. No, I'm kidding.
The cleric's in on it. That's
yeah,
why they wouldn't
absolutely.
take the bandages off.
It's like that. What's that fan theory for Skyrim? Where it's like so many people are like, yeah, I took an arrow to the knee because doctors back in medieval times were they charged on each piece of bone they removed, and when you hit a kneecap with an arrow, it shatters.
Oh no.
So the doctors pay people to get shot to shoot people in the knee, and then they can charge them for each piece of bone they remove.
Smart.
Oh yeah. Anywho's off topic.
Okay. Well, we're definitely tracking something that is not from this building. I think that was already pretty clear, but confirmed.
Yeah.
Shocking. I know, team.
So whatever we are tracking, obviously doesn't have like a beast's mind because they would have just entered the house and kept attacking, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
So it probably isn't a wolf.
Yeah.
I think we can get that out of the way.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear already that this isn't a wolf.
Yeah, it's definitely something else.
Well, as it is, we only have one lead, and that is the tracks we found.
Yeah.
Yes, the very suspicious trail that goes into the woods. Definitely made by wolves.
Yeah.
Definitely, 100%.
That
Well-
not a trap.
Let's follow our only lead, I guess.
Let's spring the trap.
Well, yeah, if we know it's coming, it's not a trap, right?
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's
Just called
still
suicide.
It's just a less effective trap.
Yeah, we're watching for it. 100%.
Why do I follow any of your guys' plans?
This is a plan?
Because they notice things.
We
I'm going to lag behind everyone else intentionally so that when they fall into the big spike trap, I will not.
Okay.
Fair.
So who would?
Yes, the bird will fall into the trap.
Yeah.
The trap will fall on you. It's in the trees. The hole is in the air and will not on you. Mousetrap
It's just a
style.
giant bag.
Yeah. It's just a portable
my
hole
only
that
weakness.
just. Woof.
Oh no, that'd be terrifying.
That'd be a great trap. Thank you for the idea.
Oh,
You're
God.
welcome. It's,
It's all on you now, Tristan. It's your fault.
No.
Correct.
when
Yeah.
Kizadon dies,
Totally
it's on
trapped.
you.
So
Alright.
you guys essentially have these wolf tracks in front of you, and you are following them. Who would like to take the lead first?
Oh, I will.
What check would
You
you
will.
like to use to follow these tracks? You choose. Justify it to me.
Investigation, because I had to look around a lot and trying to find clues.
Sounds good. Make an investigation check.
Not 20, so that's 24.
Nice.
Look at us.
You guys are doing great. I'm gonna have to up my difficulties.
No.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. How
So-
about no?
So you guys start walking through the woods. It's not a short walk, right? Essentially, it takes a couple hours you following these tracks for you to start noticing this next step there, Felix.
Mhm.
You notice the number of tracks have decreased.
Oh.
So at first it was like a full, not full contingent, but there was a good small pack of wolves going this direction. It's about half of its size that it was.
Okay.
And with your natural 20 kind of looking around, you can see that after a quick search, there are additional tracks that start further away. But these ones seem like they were trying to be stealthy about it. So this kind of like center path is still quite obvious. But then there are side paths as if those ones were trying to be stealthy.
Okay. I don't like that.
The wolf pack is being stalked by a second wolf pack, is the clear answer.
Wolf
Yes.
pack.
Yes.
Yeah. More
Wolfpackception.
Yeah, so
Nice, Silver.
guys,
Thank you.
tracks have gone less, but there's also two different tracks to the left and right that seem to be sneaky and trying to sneak up on these pairs of tracks, which I do not like.
Like
Okay.
it's like parallel tracks. All the sets.
Parallel.
They're all
Yep.
moving in the same direction.
Yep.
So maybe it's just trying to. Whatever intelligence is trying to make us think there's less than there actually is. Maybe.
Possibly. I'm gonna cast Mage Armor now, just because I don't trust this. Just preemptively.
Is your I assume your mage armor is one of your invocations?
Yeah.
We can just assume it's always on. Because it's a free
It's an
cast.
8-hour call. Yeah, but days are longer than 8 hours, so I will just.
But it's a free cast, you can cast it after it runs out.
Oh yeah, I can. Never mind that.
Just for
It's 2 months.
simplicity's sake, we'll just say that it's constantly on. Maybe not when you're
Maybe.
sleeping, of course, but when you're actively doing adventuring things,
Okay.
it's on.
Can I actively keep watch, like, on now that we know that there are side paths while we're moving along, to see if we are also being stalked, like the wolf pack was?
Would you like to make a perception check, or would you like to justify another check to me?
I would like to make a persuasion check to tell the forest if we're being stalked or not.
No!
I will make the perception check.
Go ahead and make the perception check.
1.
As your guys are walking along, you've taken the lead at this point, and as you're kind of looking back and forth, everything seems on the level at this point. You are warier of what's happening, but you don't see anything else out of the ordinary yet.
Guys, these trees appear to be made of trees, so nothing weird.
What?
Tell that because of the way that it is.
That is a
This-
throwback.
Yeah.
This dirt here.
That's
is
pretty
made of
neat.
Pretty neat.
How neat is that?
dirt.
Yeah.
These leaves have been disturbed from when I picked them up 2 seconds ago.
Yeah. So essentially, another 45 minutes to an hour down this path, you guys don't notice anything else out of the ordinary at this point. Now, who would like to take the lead for the next leg?
I'll do that one.
What check would you like to justify to me?
Investigation.
The same.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation.
That would be 17.
Oh, very good. So, at this point, you guys are kind of walking along. You've kind of swapped out leadership roles at this point, swapping between the few of you guys. And you notice in front of you that the path that these wolves are taking has started to dip. There is what appears to be somewhat of a basin in the forest in front of you, and that's where this main path is taking you guys. As you do that, and you start to slowly descend, you catch something out of the corner of your eye. You look and you see like a flash of fur. You look to the other side, and there is just a set of glowing eyes for just a brief second, then it disappears. You're being
I'm gonna
watched.
gesture to the party that we're being followed.
All right.
As soon as that happens, I'm gonna use stealth, sneak, and try to get up a tree as fast as I can.
Make a
to
stealth
get
check
the-
to start. Stealth check. Actually, make an athletics check first to climb a tree.
Athletics?
Because I feel like climbing a tree takes precedence over being stealthy.
Yep.
Hop, hop, hop.
It
Can
is
I
the
take
mo-
the help action to try and like launch him up into the air, like off of my sword? Like he jumps on my sword, and I just kind of launch him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Captain America him.
There, yeah, I'm gonna capture
Advantage on athletics.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got you,
deal
buddy.
+2 in patriotism.
Yeah.
Son, I love you because my first roll was a nat 1, my second roll was a nat 20. I love you.
God.
You guys
Also
keep
better
rolling the
than that.
20s. It's amazing.
We
You.
also rolled like 4 ones. Like
That's
we
also
got
fair.
this.
You know, you guys are rolling d20s, not flipping coins, right?
Sure. Stealth.
Yeah.
You want me to
So, yeah, go ahead and roll stealth as well. So you are now up in the tree, and you're just kind of like, whatcha?
Yeah.
Just kind of like trying to keep an eye out on everything.
That's a dirty 20.
All right. You think you're doing pretty good up in the tree.
Okay.
What are
I
the
don't
rest of
like
you guys
how you
doing?
worded
You think.
You think.
Yeah, I don't like how I said that.
Gotta keep you guys on your toes.
I'm gonna fly up, straight up, 20 feet.
Okay. You are now up 20 feet.
Well, it looks like it's just you and me now.
Yes, it'd be a shame if I just wasn't here anymore, and I was gonna kind of slowly step behind a tree and start climbing up the tree as well.
Make another athletics check.
All right, guys.
Uh,
I guess I'll be the bait.
You can also climb up a tree successfully.
and then I will stealth.
Go ahead
I
and
will
make a
just-
stealth check.
Pull some branches down over myself and hide. 16 again.
All right. So once again, you think you're doing pretty good in the tree.
Okay. I'm
I don't
just
like
gonna do a slow 360, just like all around me, just to see if I can see anything like thought like if I can see a wolf or I can see not just like a flash or
Goblins have dark vision, correct?
yes.
Yeah. So go ahead and make a perception check then, because the sun is setting at this point.
Yes. 14.
All right. You do notice a couple wolves kind of hiding in the underbrush, just kind of like almost stalking, looking at you guys. You can see a couple of them are intent. There's 2 of them that you can see, I'll say. One is intently focusing on the trees that he knows the other 2 are in. Doesn't know where in that tree, but they're definitely in that tree because he's seen them climb it.
They're up there.
Yeah. And the other one is just kind of keeping an eye on you as well as the owl and kind of flying there. They're not making moves.
I'm going to prepare a spell for the first wolf that I clearly see.
What spell?
Magic missile.
Fair enough.
All 3 shots at it.
And when
Great, what
you...
is... Oh,
These wolves are pointed out to you. I assume you point them out, Flint?
Yeah.
Or do you,
I'm
I
gonna
guess?
do I'm gonna do it silently. I'm just like a slow point from like the hip.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So
I'm
you
not
can...
I'm not like this, like there.
He's over there, guys!
Get him!
So you're being
let me
kind...
shoot this arrow at him to show you where he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after a brief moment of looking, you can see this wolf hiding in the underbrush.
I cast magic missile.
Alright, you cast Magic Missile. Go ahead and roll damage.
I'll roll some damage. 3d4.
I love stealth gameplay. Isn't it great when we do stealth things?
Uh,
And then the
that
owl
would be
pulls out a
14
Glock.
damage.
Yeah, and then bam, 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 bam! So you cast Magic Missile. All of them directly hit the wolf as there's like kind of like a yep, and he kind of gets thrown over and he's lying there unmoving, that wolf. The other wolf kind of like starts yipping and barking and then runs towards the basin that was in front of you guys, kind of like hops down into it and disappears into the undergrowth.
Element of surprise.
It is now gone. Yeah, on their own.
Out of curiosity, who here's ever actually been hunting? Just, anyone. Is the wolf raising its hand?
Yes. The wolf would be raising his hand if he had a hand to raise and if he was still nearby.
Out of a question, how many bad guys are among us? Please raise your hand, just so I can see. Aha!
How many of you are planning to betray me?
It's me.
Get him!
I'm the problem, it's me. Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe when we're hunting down as inconspicuous forest monster that's stalking us, we don't open up by blasting the first thing that moves. Just a thought, just an idea.
They even move.
To be fair, it wasn't moving.
Yeah, not anymore.
All right. Are you guys gonna stay up in the tree?
I come down.
Cassius actively face palms before coming out of the tree.
We have.
I want to
come
take
down.
a round to face palm.
Yes, face palming is a free action.
You take 1d4 of damage. Of mental damage.
IRL, not in game.
Yeah, yeah.
Right now. All right. I guess let's move quietly now, since we are probably nearby their den.
I guess.
Maybe we should leave the beaten path, the way they expect us to go.
Where else you want to go?
That sounds good.
Next to the beaten path.
Oh, yeah. Very
Out in the
stealthy.
bushes.
Of course.
Within eye shot of it, so we can see, the ambush that's almost certainly on the path. At a certain point, I feel like I'm the only one who's acknowledging the fact that there is a suspicious beaten wolf path right to the suspicious wolf den.
We all know it's suspicious. We just have
Yeah.
to do our job.
What else you want to do?
We don't know
Not to walk straight into the ambush.
Like,
Maybe get a bit of information first, and then shoot them with the magic blasts.
Well, we already collected the information. What else would you like to do?
Get the rest of the information.
Well, we have been open to suggestions.
Let's try and sneak to the edge of the basin and get a look in, not from the place they're actively going to be watching.
So you mean
That's
go
okay.
into the trap?
No, I mean go next to the trap.
Oh yes, that's very clear distinction.
Yeah.
Sure.
Even one step is enough not to trigger the trap.
All right.
Alright, so let's stealth.
All right, you guys can roll stealth checks. So essentially, the obvious path descends into like a little ramp that descends into the basin itself. If you're kind of offset to the side, you'll end up at the edge of the basin itself up top.
So there'll be a little bit of a drop, probably, if you want to get in.
Question. You want me rolling stealth again? Or
Yes.
Yeah.
no? Okay.
Yeah.
Do stealth, who did?
Because you did
Okay.
descend from the tree.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to ask.
25.
Beautiful.
11.
8. That is 26, non-natural 20.
And a 22.
Mm-hmm. Flint? 7. 11.
11.
All right. Everyone else got over 20, so you guys are pretty good. So you step off the beaten path. You're keeping it in sight. You're kind of sneaking forward. There's a couple twigs you break, but it just sounds like normal forest things, right? So by the end of it, you get on your like hands and knees and you crawl to the edge of the basin and you're looking down into it. The basin itself, I'll say, is about 30 feet round and about a 10-foot drop into it.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Minor Illusion
Mm-hmm.
and have a copy of myself. Just with not a whisper, but like a small talk of just like, shh, quiet, let's sneak in, and I'll just have it kind of obviously following the path.
I like it.
So within that, as Minor Illusion is a cantrip, you can't make a full image of yourself moving and talking and yada yada yada. That's falling into like minor image or like major image rather. You can definitely make a sound of saying "Let's sneak in, guys," and then put like a static image of yourself in the middle of the basin. But
Just
having
like
No.
so wide.
but animate
No
it.
larger than a 5-foot cube. So
Yeah.
if I make like a shorter version of myself, I can do that.
Yeah,
You can make yourself
it's
hunched over.
Yeah,
With that-
yourself like hunched like this and just like slide. Not walk, just like
It's not a moving image, right?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's an image itself, so you can just kind of put up just like a bloop, and then all of a sudden there is Kisadon just kind of like standing in the middle of the
And if you
basin
were
there.
If you were good enough at Madden, you could make a slideshow. It's just a new image every time. It's just
What is
play
your
animation.
spell save DC?
That would be spell save DC is 15.
Okay. You wait a couple moments. Nothing moves.
Okay.
I'm just imagining like there's like a Star Wars hologram image of.
Mhm. So that
Uh,
didn't work.
I can't move. Can I move the image?
You can cast it in a different spot, but I'm gonna say no to animating it moving essentially.
No, not animate it, but like statically having it move.
Oh yeah, I'll allow that. So just kind of
Okay.
like.
I'll just have it like as fast as humanly possible, so that it looks like just a whir. Like even, yeah, I can't have it change to look like a whir, but just have it like zip off into the darkness essentially, and then have it vanish.
You essentially, it's as if there was a cardboard cutout on top of a Roomba, just off into the forest.
Okay.
You stop, wait for a moment, and you hear no movement.
Okay, so I'll admit I was expecting this to go a little bit better. Because I'm looking in the basin, not seeing anything. Looking at the obvious bait, not seeing anything. Can I just make like a general perception check to see if there is anything in the basin or if I'm just being paranoid?
Now go ahead and make a perception check.
Yeah, there's nothing there. Not even a den of wolves. It works.
17. Yeah, it's empty.
It is empty of anything living. You're fairly certain. However, as the darkness falls, you also have dark vision, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
said
as darkness falls,
Okay.
you start to make out, as your eyes adjust, you can start making out shapes within the basin, covered in leaves and branches and yada yada yada, there are bones, eaten corpses within the basin itself. And from
Well,
what you
we
know
found-
of wolves, this is probably not its den, it's more of a feeding area.
Okay.
Well, gang, we found the dining hall.
Well. Okay.
Me no like.
They eat here. This isn't where they live. It's like where they take the fresh kill and they cut it up and
They
like
serve
with
they
my
serve it on
with
plates?
my sword in hand, I kind of like try and mimic a wolf eating, but it's really bad because it's a sword in my hand.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I totally agree. We get the picture.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's nothing alive down there. Some corpses. A lot of corpses.
Well,
There's a
we
lot of
know-
dead things in the hole.
We know a wolf literally just jumped in. So it must have gone across then?
I look back down. Do I see a wolf corpse in the basin?
You do not. You would just looking at the height of the cliffs. Yeah, it's 10 feet, but there's enough space for a wolf. It's about 10 feet. There's enough space for a wolf that had jumped in to jump out again.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
ran
it just
through.
left.
Okay. Do we want to investigate the feeding ground? Or do we think we will get attacked?
We will likely get attacked, but we might also learn something interesting. I mean, there's the other adventuring party who we haven't seen any sign of.
That's true.
If they had mysteriously died, this is where we'd find their bodies.
Yeah, but they said that they didn't find the trail. They
Yeah,
just
they
started wandering.
But
Yeah, they just walked into the forest with the hostile wolf pack.
Mhm.
No one said they were smart.
Yeah.
alright. Allow me to go first, fellas. And I will hop into the basin.
Be my guest.
All right, you
I'll
descended.
follow him.
You got two descended into the basin itself.
I'll watch.
You watch from the edge, Cassius.
Why, of course.
I'll go in as well. We'll leave the mage on Overwatch and pray he doesn't get jumped.
Yeah, hopefully. That's okay. I have a plethora of spells to get myself, but not you guys out of danger.
Don't worry, I have a plethora of throwing Felix at my problem.
Yeah, so you guys descend into the basin and kind of wander into the middle of it. As you're looking around, none of these. You get the sense that none of these kills were made outside of the basin. They were all made within the basin itself, and as you kind of come to that conclusion, and you see this two Kisadon wolves kind of arise from the edge of the basin. You see 4 wolves kind of like up out of the darkness and then jump in to kind of like semicircle around you guys. And then you hear a deeper, louder growl. As you turn to see at the basin entrance that you could have just walked through and into the basin there is a wolf that is twice the size of the others.
I
And
did say it was waiting at the entrance, gang. I just want to point this out before we all die. I did call it.
and as it kind of like plods along closer to you guys, you feel just a little nauseous, and you notice this thing is haze touched. You can see little tendrils of darkness kind of like just flowing off of it as its eyes glow a deep dark purple. Besides attacking, is there anything you guys wish to do?
Run? No, I'm joking.
How much time do we have before we actively get jumped?
You have been jumped. I will essentially say there is a round of prep you can do, but no attacks at this point.
Okay. In that case, I will cast a mirror image on myself and just kind of lean over my shoulder to the two behind me and just go, me and Felix handled the big one. Flint, you and Kisadon handled the little ones.
To prep, I'm going to start flying just right up.
Okay.
I didn't agree to this, but sure.
Game on! All right.
I will go back to back with Cassius. I will face the small wolves.
Everyone can roll initiative.
Absolutely.
I'm sending the rogue and the damaged warlock to tag team the big guy. It seemed like a smart plan. With that initiative.
23.
24.
22.
What?
20!
Ah!
Yeah. Could have been 21.
It could have been.
Should have been. Should have been.
I'm sorry, I didn't roll a 19.
Well, I got a natural 20, so that's why I got 24.
I got a 19.
So 24 was who? Sorry.
Me, Felix.
Felix.
Yeah.
Kisadon, you were 23. Cassius, you were 22. And Flint, you were 20.
On the 0.
And the wolves all go after you guys.
That's good.
All right, Felix, you're up first.
Oh, yay. Okay, so straight away, how far away is the big wolf from me?
Yes. It is within range. It is the basin itself is 30 feet, so I'm going to say about 15.
About 15. Okay. I'm going to shoot it straight away.
Make an attack roll.
That would be 21 to hit, not natural 20.
That hits. Roll damage, not a sneak attack.
Yep. That is 10 damage.
Oh, very nice. Anything else?
Well, I can't hide, so no.
No. No, you cannot.
So no.
What's hiding here?
Kisadon.
Let's see. I'm still going to be staying up in the air. But I will cast. Let's see. I'll cast Shatter, and I'll try and hit as many of the wolves as I can.
I will say with how things are set up, you can hit 2 wolves.
2?
Yeah, because they're kind of like spread out in a circle around you guys. So with that, you can position it in such a way off to the side that you can hit 2. One of them being the big wolf if you wish to do so.
Yeah, I think I'll hit the big wolf.
All right.
Okay. So con
Yeah,
save,
make our
please.
life easier.
And you said 15 was your DC?
Yep.
That is the regular wolf fails. The big wolf succeeds.
Okay. So that's 14. So that would. So the small wolf will be pushed 10 feet away.
His body is pushed 10 feet away.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you do some decent damage to the big guy as well.
Yep.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alright, Cassius.
I'm going to Hexblade's Curse on the big boy.
Okay.
And you said it was what, 15 feet away?
Yeah.
Then I will use 30 feet of movement to get directly to the far side of it, so I'm behind it,
Okay.
and make an attack roll.
Very good. Make an attack roll.
30-20.
That hits. Roll damage.
8 plus 5. 2 plus 7 plus Hexblade's Curse. Proficiency is a 2. 9 damage.
Nice. And that sounds like your
Yeah.
movement action, bonus action.
That's me.
Excellent. So it is going to use a legendary action, because it is a boss,
Of
to
course.
turn around and bite you, Cassius.
Oh,
I would like to see you try. Please.
Bet. 11.
Woo!
Hey.
It failed.
So as you're kind of running around, he kind of like nips at your heels, but you manage to dodge as you get a good slash across him.
oh.
What can I say? I'm just the best.
Flint.
As Cassius runs off, I'm gonna run off in the other direction towards one of the little wolves.
'Kay.
I'm just gonna swing a right hook at it.
Make an attack roll.
That is a 16.
That hits. Roll damage.
That is 9 points of damage.
All right, he's still standing.
And I will use my bonus action to throw another hit.
Make an attack roll.
Another 16 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
And this is 8 damage this time.
So just a quick 1-2 pop up, and this wolf, you can feel its like jaw break under its blows, and it just falls over dead.
Right.
Oh.
And I will move to get in the way of one of the other wolves. One of the other little wolves.
Very good. It is the big wolf's turn, and he can see that you guys are. Yeah, you're kind of messing up his crew here. He doesn't like it. He will. You guys spread out just enough that this is going to be ineffective elsewhere.
I'm so glad I'm behind it.
It does turn around and.
I was gonna say, technically, isn't it facing him already?
Oh yeah, because it turned to attack me.
Yeah. So with
Never
that,
mind, I am.
it will turn around to you, Cassius, and you can make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, I'm somewhat okay at these. 19?
Good enough. You take. Roll dice. 20 halved to 10 necrotic damage.
Holy
Ow.
crap!
That's half because I passed the save.
That is already halved, yes.
Okay, halved again for necrotic resistance.
Correct.
So down to 5.
Azamar. Nice. That is its turn. Now it's the wolves' turn. So one will attack you there, Flint.
Yes.
Haha! Wolf attack. 8.
8?
Impressive.
That's not gonna hit.
And one against Felix. 9.
No.
This isn't going well for them so far.
Masterful roll.
At the top of the round.
Hi.
3 more hop into the basin.
Huh?
It is the entire pack. They're going to keep just filling in.
Oh gosh.
So maybe help me.
It's not my turn yet!
Make it your turn.
It is your turn now.
I was gonna say, just
They don't get their turns, they're just here now.
Can I get sneak attack on the big wolf now?
Yes, you can.
Facing. Okay.
Because
Then
he's
I'm
in
gonna
combat
do
with
that.
Cassius.
I never do that.
It's like it was intentional.
Yeah.
It's
I'm gonna do
almost as
that.
if I put myself with the rogue specifically
need
for this
that.
reason.
I'm gonna attack with my dagger, so I need that. So roll hits. That is 19 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now I roll my the damage. 8 plus 4. That's 12. And then plus sleep attack 2d6. 24.
24 damage. Nice. Yeah, he really didn't like that. That one hurt. As you kind of like jump, daggers into its back, and now it's kind of like flailing while you're hanging on.
Oh. 1 second. Is there any creature 30 feet within me? Yeah.
I mean, you're right beside the wolf, and then Cassius is beside the wolf as well.
So you can hit
Uh,
the little wolves.
I can hit other wolves. I'm gonna use Whales from the Grave,
Ah, yes.
Yes, what do you
which I forgot I had. So 1d6 of damage to another wolf.
Sounds good.
6 damage to the one that attacked me. Sure.
Sounds good. So he kind of runs up and like he's pretty much right on your haunches there.
Yeah, 6 damage necrotic.
Sounds good.
Noise, noise.
Kisadon.
Okay. How close is everyone to each other? Like the party?
I'd say within 20 feet of you, so it's kind of like you're kind of hanging up here, Flint's somewhere over here, and then the other two are over here. They're like 20 feet. You guys are three groups are 20 feet from each other.
Okay. I don't want to use Wither and Bloom yet. I'll cast Magic. Actually, what's the range of Thunderwave? 15 feet.
Right in front of you.
Yeah, so a 15
right
foot
in front.
cube in front of you.
Can I say right in front of me is also right below me?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll fly above as many wolves as I can to position a 15 cube.
I will say you can get 3 wolves with this one.
Okay.
You
I'll
gotta
get
put
3
them
wolves.
into the ground. Holy.
The 3 wolves that just dived in.
Yeah, they're all
you
like
are no
rolling up in a
dive
pack, then it's like
I'm ready to
just an owl drive-by bombing.
We're calling in the cluster strike. Just
1 succeeds, 2 fail.
Okay. 2d8.
What is getting pushed 10 feet into the dirt, dude?
So that would be 9 damage.
And the 2 of them are prone, I'll say.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense.
And as always, I think we agreed when we did our session 0 round down. Is that familiar or no?
That's how,
I think
that's
so.
What, that's what I do.
that
I
sounds
don't
right
know-
to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what we do.
Meets it, beats it, round any halved damage or whatever it is down.
Alright.
Alright, anything else,
Sure.
Kisadon?
I'll fly a little higher up.
Alright.
Not so. well,
So
not
pretty much
close,
just
though.
do like a bombing run and then fly
Yeah.
back up.
And then fly back up.
That's terrifying.
The wolf itself, the main wolf, will take a bite at Cassius again. Nope, I cannot roll tonight. Cassius!
Never mind.
How close is the wolf that Felix was also attacking? The one that was attacking Felix?
15 feet.
Out of range of Green Fang Blade. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just stab it, I guess, with my sword of stabbage.
Yeah.
With your... Oh, that's story
Eight.
stuff that I'm not spoiling.
With my sword of stabbing things slightly better than usual. 22 to hit.
Oh yeah, roll damage.
Oh my god. The exact same as last time, so 2 plus 5, 7, 9 again.
Alright. Flint.
Okay. Well, I'm in front of a wolf, so I'll just lay 2 hands into it.
Yeah.
At least one. Guess we'll find out if it's.
This one is the only one that is currently undamaged.
That's a 1.
That misses.
I'm gonna use a Moxie, so I can make 2 attacks as a bonus action.
Yeah.
So I can get my attack back. That'll be a 21 to hit,
Yep.
and that is 10 damage.
Okay, still up.
Alright, second attack is a 23 to hit,
That hits.
and it is 5 damage.
And another wolf goes down.
Alright, and then I will move towards the group of 3.
Alright, so you start running that direction.
Yep, and that's my turn.
With that, the big wolf, he does not recharge his necrotic breath,
Thank you.
and I have not been able to use any kind of pack tactics, which is hilarious.
Oh, I don't like that you said that though.
With that, you guys have done so much damage to him already, he's going to disengage and run 50 feet.
Can we get opportunity attacks?
No.
He
because-
used his action to
It disengage.
disengage.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
So it pretty much starts running up the path into the base and starts running away.
Can I dash at him?
When it is your turn, we'll get there
Yeah, I know.
eventually.
Oh, I
Oh, don't
know.
worry, Flynn. We're giving chase.
Yeah. So the other
Flint.
wolves' turns, the three of them that you're up against, Flint, will start to. They will tag team you.
Yeah, absolutely. Get some advantage.
So I get all of the advantage. 12 will miss.
Yes, yeah.
That's a natural 20.
Ooh.
And a 19.
And 19. Okay.
So the crit
Yay.
is 3, 5, 8, 13 damage.
13. I'm gonna use 2 Moxie in my reaction to cross counter.
Okay.
I will roll a d10, adding 8, and I'll reduce that damage. Okay, so we'll reduce 9 of it. So I'll take 4
Okay, sounds good. And make a strength saving throw.
and a strength save. That is a natural 20.
You are not knocked prone.
Not this time.
You can also make another strength save to be not knocked prone by the other guy.
Absolutely. That'll be a 25.
Also good. So you take 5, 7 damage from that one as they both kind of like start biting into you.
7 Perfect.
The other one will continue to chase after Felix because Felix is not a nice guy.
No way.
Hey, are you?
No, 8.
No.
This last one's actually
No
the
way!
triad coming for you.
Yeah.
It's coming for your shins.
There's just a little puppy wolf. Just you'll stab it anyway.
It's true. We all know it's true.
You know what? I shouldn't have came today. I should have just stayed in my bed asleep. I should have rushed out for you guys.
What? Because if you had made it on time, we would be making less fun of you.
Exactly.
I don't believe that.
As one more
Probably
wolf
shouldn't.
descends into the basin for the fight. Felix.
Chase that big wolf.
All right. The little wolf will make an attack roll against you for an opportunity attack.
It's alright.
14.
Nope.
And you run after the big wolf with your dash. As a bonus action, you're able to catch it.
Okay.
Because your movement is what, 30 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You still got your action.
Yeah.
I'll attack it.
Do I get sneak attack since it doesn't know I'm coming?
It knows you're coming.
It does? Okay.
Well,
If-
yeah,
If you're dashing, you're not sneakily dashing.
I just thought I'd ask because he did run, so I thought I'd ask.
Here's you going.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just had to ask.
He turns around and sees you like Terminator run at him.
Alright, I'll attack him with my dagger then.
Yeah, make an attack roll.
Get stabbed.
So that's a natural 1.
No, that's a fail.
Dagger is gone.
You hand the wolf your dagger.
Yeah, the wolf somehow stands up on his hind feet and grabs the knife.
This big bad wolf is with a knife.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Mugged by this wolf.
Call an ambulance. Not for me.
It's
Uh,
like, give me your wallet.
Yeah, Kisadon.
Let's see. What's that he got in his hand? A knife.
It's
No!
a spoon, actually.
Let's see. It's just him on his own. And you're near him. You haven't taken any damage though. So I'll cast Magic Missile at 2nd level. So I'll get 4 shots.
Absolutely. Roll damage.
2, 3, 4. So that's 14 plus 4, so that's 18 damage.
Quick maths. How would you like to do this?
I would like to heroically and cowardly shoot him from a distance and say, "Suck it."
He's like 30 feet up in the air. Suck it! Pew, 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 pew! And as you are about to stab it there, Felix, like knife upraised, and you're like Superman jumping at it, just magic missile blows it out of your way, and you fall face first into the mud.
Deserved.
Correct.
Can I huck a dagger at someone?
It's not your turn. Anything else, Kisadon?
No.
Cassius.
Yeah, no.
Since the big boy's dead, I guess I'm just gonna run up and stab one of the regular wolves.
A damaged one or the full health one?
I'll go for the damaged one.
Alright, make an attack roll.
17.
Oh yeah. Roll damage.
Ooh. 13 damage.
Yeah, dead.
And that's it, because I'm not wasting another spell on this.
Fair enough. Flint, you were surrounded.
Yes, I will make an attack against a wolf.
Make an attack roll. Punches
We'll
wolves.
do one of the more damage from the thunder wave.
Okay,
That's only a 10 to hit.
that misses.
Right, bonus action, do it again. That'll be a 22
That hits.
for a total of 7 damage.
Dead.
Woo! That's my turn. I got there's 2 more wolves.
Alright. Just punching everything. The wolves' turn. Seeing their leader dead, they will all disengage and run.
Okay. That makes sense.
So if you guys wish to chase them down, you can.
I think having a wolf pack is fine in the forest. Having the haze touch one not so fine. We're good with that one's good. Leave the rest of the wolves, man.
Yeah, so you,
Alright.
yeah, so you guys have won.
Yeah, we don't want deers running rampant in the forest. That'd be gross.
I will try to surgically remove the head.
Absolutely. So you guys
Do
can
you
all.
want me to use the sword?
As he
I
starts
have a
doing that, I'm
No, I'm
gonna
not a
kick
bard.
him from behind just to push him into mud.
And push
Go ahead, make an attack roll.
Alright.
On me?
like a bird.
No.
No, on Kisadon.
Okay, I was gonna say,
natural 20.
I have...
You successfully push Kisadon into the mud.
Hey, oh, hey. I didn't know we were having a mud party. No, I'll dive into the mud.
Ah!
I
I'm
look
just gonna
around and
Eldritch
say,
Blast.
Kisadon will remember this.
Okay.
Talks about herself in the
Can I
third
Eldritch-
person.
And then
Can I
use
shoot an Eldritch
prestidigitation
Blast
to
at it?
clean myself
Oh.
off.
Oh, don't worry. I've got this. Can I Eldritch Blast the mud at Felix's fleet to splatter it on his head, all over him?
Absolutely.
Do I see this?
Yes.
Can I dodge?
Make an attack roll, Cassius.
If you insist.
If you insist.
A 23.
So essentially, it's 9 p.m. Night has fallen. It's hard to see, yet you guys are just throwing mud at each other.
Yeah. We had a hard fought battle.
Can I tackle him back?
Yes. So after a few minutes, you guys are all completely covered in mud, except
Yeah.
Kisadon, who has cleaned herself off with prestidigitation.
Yep.
Yeah. And I did it myself.
Yes.
The sides of a hard-won battle, indeed.
Covered in mud.
Listen, we had to wrestle that wolf down, if anyone asks.
Yeah.
With our bare
Yeah.
hands.
Well, that's obvious. Come on.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Come on.
I would have.
So as you guys are there beside the big wolf, the haze-touched wolf, and you start taking its head essentially as a trophy, you see something strange. There,
Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
cat. There's always something strange, Tom.
Yeah, I know, and I don't like it.
I'm building suspense. Essentially behind one of the ears is a little bulge underneath the fur, and as you kind of push the fur aside, there's a little, essentially purple crystal. It-
Can I grab it?
Yes. You can remove it from the head. It appears to have lost whatever magic it has had, but it was at one point magical. That much is easy to tell.
I'd like to cast Identify on it.
I
Alright.
turn to him and show it.
So you cast Identify. It is... I don't have like a specific name or anything for it, but it's essentially not mind control, but there is a level of control someone was exerting over this wolf with it, which also infused it with the haze touched. Infused it with this necrotic aura, essentially.
What is the gem itself?
I'll say an opal.
Okay. It'll be worth
Interesting.
something. We can probably just pool the money.
We're going to sell a mind control gem.
It has no magic.
Yeah, all the magic's gone from it.
All right, well, I can't argue with this one.
Fair enough. Carry on.
Are there any, like, are there any markings on the gem, or is it just a gem?
Make an Arcana check.
Well, I cast
I-
Identify. Identify should tell me.
Yeah.
Yes, but I didn't cast identify. I can ask you.
We're a team. We're not that close.
Yeah, 13.
No. Beyond the identify, which tells you what it is, you don't see any distinctive markings on it that could link it to someone or some organization or something like that, or where it came from.
All right, yeah, you can sell it. This tells us nothing.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic. See if I can see any magic around us.
All right. So as you once again kind of stop, focus, cast detect magic. There is no immediate magical threat. You can sense the residual magic that was on the gem and the wolf that is no longer there.
Okay.
It is of a essentially necromantic origin.
Oh, I just love a necromantic movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Story of a young love at first death.
Okay.
So you mean Shaun of the Dead, necromantic movie?
Yeah. The story of a young zombie that moves to the city.
Oh, Warm Blood. Yeah. So you guys have proof of the wolf, and you can start heading home unless there was something else you wish to do.
Can I check the bodies that are in the little pit to see how recent they are? Because I'm still kind of convinced that the other adventure party is dead in this hole.
Yeah. So quick check. There is no recently dead. You can see a couple. Well, there's not even anything humanoid in this area. It's all.
Okay.
Most of it looks like normal wolf feed, right? It leads you to the conclusion that this is more something recent that started to happen.
Okay, this is a first instance and not a.
Maybe not a
ongoing issue that
full
has been-
first, but like they haven't been around long enough for people to die by their hands quite yet.
Gotcha. So there's just an adventuring party lost in the woods.
Yeah, pretty much.
They'll find their way out.
Well, they can
They
take care of
can-
themselves.
I doubt it.
But eventually they will either come out or they won't.
We'll find their bodies eventually.
10 sessions later, we go into the woods, find like 5 halfling bodies.
Like 3 feet into the woods. It's not
Yeah.
even like
we're not. They didn't get very far.
And no, they did not.
all 5 had a heart attack like 2 feet into the wood and fell into a bush.
Correct.
Yep.
Poor guys.
Rest in
Poor
peace.
fellas.
Tragic.
Poor ladies.
Yeah. You guys got anything else you wish to do out here, or do you wish to head home?
At home.
Yeah, that's actually that's finished.
I mean, I'd like to find the wolf den, but if everyone else is
No.
leaving, I won't be singing
Sure.
by
You know
myself.
what? Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it.
If you would like to put eyes on the den, we can. But
Make an investigation check, Cassius.
Can I join?
Absolutely. One of you guys can have advantage.
You take it. I'm garbage at it.
I don't think I needed it, but okay. I just rolled a 20, so yeah.
There it is. Easily, with a little more work, you guys can find the actual den itself. It's not abandoned. Like, there's a couple wolves kind of like prowling about, but they don't seem to be actively search and destroy mode anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of like wolf anatomy. They're trying to reorient their pack and pick themselves up after you killed their essentially evil dictator.
Okay.
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 So just looking at it, it doesn't seem suspicious. It just looks like a wolf den.
This looks like a wolf den.
All right, go team.
I am still a little worried about the fact that there were no wolf tracks that led to the house.
Yes,
Where
that is
the
actually a little concerning.
So we found a problem, but I don't know if we found the problem that we were looking for.
We found a different but also related problem, but not the source of the problem.
Yeah, not the reason we came out here, but we're getting money for it.
Unfortunately,
missing-
yet again, we have no evidence.
Yeah,
we have nothing leading us.
Unless this thing jumped from the edge of the property to the porch, attacked Balto, and then jumped back.
It could have flown.
It could have, but we never saw it fly. Like, if it was running away, it could have just flown away then.
A winged
It
wolf.
also
That would have been terrifying.
DM writes down notes. Flying
it
wolf
also
pack.
didn't really use its claws whatsoever. Balto was mostly attacked with claws, and it mostly just breathed death at me, and then tried to bite me, and then ran.
Yeah.
So
There was no necrotic signs of damage on Balto at all.
Not that none of that we were told. We
Yeah.
were told
Well,
claws
we
and
also
like
haven't-
one bite.
Yeah, we also haven't checked underneath the bandages.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that wouldn't hide necrotic damage.
Not necessarily.
that's a very weird way to say necrosis there, as necrotic damage. I don't think I've heard that one before. Must be some city
Interchangeable.
Some intelligent folk talk.
Yeah.
Ah,
We
well,
wizards are a different breed, you know,
Alright.
yes, I've
literally
noticed.
and figuratively.
I just wanted to bring it up so we didn't forget about the whole that we know it wasn't an actual wolf that attacked Balto. But we're gonna get $100 for it, so
Yeah,
Yes, but then they're
120.
gonna close the investigation down, and then we're not gonna be getting paid.
but with the swiftness that we did this, we could hint that we don't think it was actually wolves that did this to Balto.
You know, I am apparently quite convincing.
Yes, you are. How do you think I'm here?
All right,
Well, if you're
let's
anything
get
like
back to
Peace
town.
Bomb, it's money.
Oh no, it's just for adventure. It's
So
for
this-
adventure.
Yeah. So this kind of discussion, you guys are kind of putting your pieces together, is happening on the way back to town. So you exit the woods onto Balto's farm. You stop and pause for a moment. That's weird. It's nighttime now, but there still should be a little bit of activity here on the farm.
Oh.
And then you look up on the horizon and you see an orange glow and smoke pouring into the sky.
Ah, for never go right. Why can we leave for 5 minutes and everything goes wrong in this town?
I'm sprinting in that direction.
You were gone for 6 hours.
It's a figure of speech.
I'm sprinting.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm taking off after him.
So as you guys start running through the town, you pass the wolf and crow and see the door swing open. You see Brenna kind of like throwing like a house cloak over herself and like starts running with you and is like, what's happening?
We don't know. We just got back from a job.
Yeah, we just get back from the job.
Everything goes wrong when we leave town.
Apparently. So she's running with you guys. As you turn the corner, you turn to see the lucky goat on fire, essentially
Our stuff!
engulfed in flames.
Is there anybody outside of it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, pretty much the entire town, or a good portion of it, are around it trying to put out the fire. So you can see like all the construction gobblers, they formed like a bucket line, they're throwing water on it. You can see Claire, the town cleric essentially, with Cyril, the owner, who is very severely hurt and is attempting to help him. Gustav is kind of like leading the charge, throwing around some orders. He sees you guys and starts throwing orders to like help douse the fire.
Yeah.
Is there anyone still inside? Like, is there audible screaming?
No.
Okay.
Gustav confirms that there was no one left inside. So there was no one left inside, and they're just trying to put out the fire at this point. The only casualty was Cyril.
Okay. From our current position, can we tell if the fire started internally or externally?
It's a little hard to tell in the essentially chaos of it all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You pretty much figure, hey, let's get this fire out, then we can look at what's happening. Because that's pretty much whatever the mindset that everyone else is in.
Gotcha. Well, so much for investigator mode. I guess grab a bucket, gang.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys start helping with the fire. After a few hours, you manage to get it under control, and it doesn't like spread to any of the other buildings. By about midnight, maybe, the fire is not completely doused, but it's not in danger of spreading anymore. They take Cyril off to the infirmary, and Claire starts treating his wounds. What are you shaking your head at?
At Tristan, because I heard what he said.
That's what it is. It's a smoldering fire. It's a smoldering fire.
I know why you said it though.
No, you don't.
Just continue. Just continue on.
All right. So everyone kind of like disperses. Everyone kind of goes back home after making sure everyone's okay, except for you guys and Chorus, who was also staying at the Lucky Goat, and you guys are just kind of like standing there. He's got like an armful of his personal belongings.
What? You got your stuff?
I was in the building when it started.
We weren't here, so of course we didn't get our stuff.
I'm really glad I don't own like anything.
Same.
But, like,
I had mine, but like.
Yeah, you guys. Dependent on how much stuff you left in there, I would think it's just a couple like personal items, toiletries, and that kind of stuff. That's
it's like a change of clothing.
mostly
Yeah, like-
easily replaceable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the owner that was injured?
They took him to the infirmary.
Yeah. At the town hall.
He's in pretty serious
Yeah.
condition.
I'm gonna look over at the brain is not braining. The other
Chorus?
dude who isn't us.
Chorus?
Thank you, Chorus. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, Chorus. I'm just gonna go. So this happened.
Yep.
Any context for the out of town gang? Because everything seems to happen when we turn around.
Apparently,
It's because they
I-
were
I-
scary.
I have no idea. I was settling down for the night, smelled smoke, opened my door, saw the fire, grabbed what I could, and ran.
Insight check.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Can I do
Yes,
it?
everyone can make an insight check.
not 20.
Nice.
17.
Not 20.
Like, guys, chill out.
Can you sit on? Are you
I got
rolling
a
as well?
15.
Okay.
Nice.
He seems to be on the level. Like he's pretty much in shock at this point. Like he's like, I barely escaped with my life and my work, which is now pretty much in his hands.
Yeah, I guess that would suck for him if he.
Yeah.
No.
So he's just kind of like, well, that's a thing. Now what?
Is there like any spare lumber around that we can reinforce it with, so we can, I don't know, do an investigation without the fear of the building collapsing on our heads?
Gustav kind of like approaches you guys and says, we'll take a look at everything tomorrow. Right now I think we all just need a break. We need some rest. I'll get the goblin boys to come help prop things up. At this point, the building is pretty much totaled. From looking at it, you guys can see. You can take a look at it at some point if you want to take a look at it tonight, but it's late. You guys just got back. You're tired. And on that note,
Yeah.
Brinna kind of walks up behind you guys and says, This might be a bad time, but if you're looking for a spot to stay for the night, because I know that was your room, I don't exactly have rooms, but we can set up something in the dining room for you guys, just so you got a roof over your head.
That would be
Yes.
helpful.
And
Yeah.
It would
you
be
too,
greatly
Chorus.
useful.
And he kind of like shakes his head. He's still just in shock.
All right.
I'm going to silently look at Felix and just kind of gesture with my eyes back towards the building, which is kind of a like. They're saying not tonight, but like, it's right there.
But we could.
As I notice that, I'm gonna sneak off from the group and try to
Alright.
investigate.
So you can go ahead and make a stealth check to try and sneak away from the group, as you guys make your separate ways.
Can
That
I?
is
I was going to say help action by distracting everyone else with us by just bullshitly trying to discuss with Brenna, plans about arrangements and
Yeah.
the such.
Yep, that's fair. What do you got, Tom?
26.
Easily enough. You just kind of into the shadows, and as everyone kind of settles down, you are at the scene with your gumshoe hat and your magnifying glass, and you're like looking at the details.
Sherlock, Felix.
Side quest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna investigate around, trying to find anything that I can.
Are you looking for anything specific? Because I don't just want to say roll an investigation check and here's all my information.
To see if I can find where like a fire would be started, inside or outside.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check. I'll be back in just a
Where
second
the
here.
wooden stone is the blackest.
Yeah.
Which stone is the stoniest?
Okay. I'll wait till he gets back.
Wonderful.
Do, do.
So, like, Brenna's like #1 suspect, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Which means
We
it's
leave-
not her.
Yes, you're right. It's the sheriff.
What do he have against Cyril?
I don't know.
No. It's definitely the cleric. It's always the quiet one.
It is always the quiet one.
That is terrible. Yeah, so what'd you roll? What do you got?
19.
19 solid.
Very solid.
Yeah, so after a quick investigation, you can... Well, not a quick investigation, a long enough one. You can determine that the fire was likely started in the kitchen.
In the kitchen, okay.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like a grease fire got out of control, or
Okay.
the furnace or the oven got out of control.
Okay.
There was an outside source.
Can I try to find anything that could lead to someone or something that could have started it, or no?
With that 19, you're human, aren't you?
I am.
You do not have dark vision, so it's a little hard to see in the dead of night at this point. Yeah, there are embers smoldering and glowing and yada yada yada, but it's a little hard to see.
I also stuck off. I rolled a 23.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you're with me. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna sneak up behind you.
I'm like, oh, hello.
Uh,
Trying to do my job here, I see.
Apparently doing it better. Because you don't see.
yeah, so you can also
You know,
make...
We'll remember this.
Feel like you can also make an investigation check.
Okay.
He's on actively stealing your job.
Lights the building on fire again.
I'm just, as
I
he's,
was
like,
the one who
looking-
did it.
doing his investigation check, I'm just gonna grab onto his shirt so he guides me.
I don't want to bump into the stove.
That's
You can-
25.
Okay. You can see well enough that you don't need a guide. There's like like the amber glow itself provides path, but you just can't see fine details.
Okay.
With the 25, as you're looking around, you notice in the back alley there is a set of footprints of some sort. But it's strange. Because strange. This is a very strange session.
How long did it take for us to get from there back here?
Couple minutes. The building's not very big.
Okay.
The footprints themselves, there's no path leading to the footprints, and there's no path leading away from the footprints. There's just like a
So it's
small
just
circle of
a
some
single set.
footprints, and then it's gone.
And it's outside the building or inside the building?
Outside. You can see kind of in the mud where the soot has settled on top of the mud. It makes some pretty distinct footmarks there.
What kind of footprints?
Humanoid. Kind of hard to tell details at this time as well.
Can I climb up on a building and try to run across them and try to find someone if I can?
Make an athletics check, yeah.
That is a 17.
All right, so you manage to climb the building next to it, and as you get to the top, you immediately spy a pair of muddy footprints running across the roof.
I knew it. I knew it. I'm gonna look down and I'm gonna say, "There's footprints up here. I'm gonna follow them. You fly behind me if you want."
Yeah, I'll tail him.
Okay. I'm sprinting after these footprints.
All right, so as you kind of start following the roof, you're hopping from roof to roof a little bit, trying to follow these footprints. They're heading pretty much the way you just came into town.
Oh.
From that direction where you guys came from the forest, from the farm, and started running towards the fire. They're heading that direction away.
I'm waiting for this to be a wraparound joke where you then tell us to look down and you realize it's our muddy footprints that we just left behind.
Yeah.
But we haven't gone on the roof, so it's not.
We just forgot.
It's ours.
Yeah, we just
from
forgot.
yesterday.
Yeah. So you follow the footprints for a while. You don't see anything moving on the rooftops at this point. About halfway to the edge of town, you really get like maybe 4 or 5, more than 4 or 5, maybe a dozen houses, roofs across. They kind of stop, and it looks like they would fall back to the ground onto the main street. And then the tracks kind of get lost in the busyness of what recently happened. So it looks like the footprints up there were set before the entire town was whipped up into a frenzy trying to put it out.
Can I try to find footprints that are going away that happened during the commotion, or no?
With the investigation you rolled, no. There's just so much of a mess. It's dark out. You can't quite see. And everyone ran there and then walked back. So it's just a mess on the main road.
It's very possible whoever it was dropped down and joined everybody else and then walked away, right?
Mixed in with the crowd.
Hiding in plain sight, returning to the place of the crime.
And Cassius and Felix, what do you guys, or not Felix, Flint, what are you guys doing at this point?
I guess we're just getting our beds ready.
I am being as distracting as possible and trying to keep everyone's attention on me and Flint so they don't notice the 2 missing people for as long as possible.
Make a performance check.
I'm about to give the performance of a lifetime. I actually am 24.
Nice.
I don't even notice they're gone.
Yeah, Flint has no idea that they're gone. You essentially take crisis leader role as everyone's kind of heading back home. You're checking in on civilians. You're seeing if they're doing okay, if they need anything. You're binding some minor wounds that happened during the fire. You're checking in on Chorus because he's just kind of in a daze there. You're helping Brenna with whatever she needs to kind of set you guys up for the night, blah, 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 blah. You are very good at what you're doing right now.
I'm
Just
projecting my voice
cast,
loud enough that everyone in the area can hear me. I am now the center of attention.
You are
And when
definitely...
the others come back, they will immediately know where I am and what I am doing.
Yeah.
I'll cast Misty Step and jump back in.
Cool.
I'm actually gonna camp out on one of the buildings.
Like outside for the night?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, outside on one of the buildings where we found the footsteps.
All right. Yeah. So you guys get to Britta's tavern. She welcomes you inside, starts setting you up, kind of pushes tables out the way, sets down whatever she can to make the stay more comfortable. Set you guys all up there. Anything you wish to do for the night while you're here?
I'll just kind of look over to Kisidon and go, so, did it bear any fruit?
Not really. We found some footprints that left the scene, but they had a dead end.
Well.
What do you
Something to
mean?
look into in the morning.
They vanished into the crowd.
Footprints?
Yeah. We found a set of footprints that we could track, but then they got lost. We couldn't find the end of them.
Can I just take a quick glance around to see who's listening in, if anyone is?
Make a perception check.
Yeah, because I know there's people in the room with us. So I want
And
to
you
see who's
notice
listening
Felix is not there.
in. I'm the one distracting everyone. I
Yeah.
know. That is a 17.
Essentially, it's you three, Brenna in chorus. Brenna brings down some spare clothes and blankets and kind of sets them beside you guys. And it's I know you lost a couple things. I have a couple extra things here for you. We'll set you guys up for the night. You'll be okay. We'll figure things out in the morning. I think we all just need rest. She's just become very motherly all of a sudden.
I want to insight check that.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Why are you being so nice?
So suspicious.
We were right all
It
along.
worked. It's not suspicious. I rolled a.
Your performance is just, you're so focused on your performance that it's you're having trouble focusing in on if someone else is performing or not.
Yeah.
She's just hey, I have guests now. You guys need a spot to stay. Here you go.
Yes, thank you. The four of us greatly appreciate it.
The four of
And
us.
you got all three of you at simultaneously look over to a sleeping bag with a couple pillows set up under it for Felix.
Oh, that's great.
We've laid a dagger just underneath the sheet, so Felix is
Yeah.
cuddling the dagger.
Where's Felix?
Yeah. So you guys pretty much set up for the night. Felix, you are set up outside on one of the roofs. Are you keeping watch
Yeah.
most of the night, or are you trying to get some
Yes,
sleep as well?
Half and half watching. So I say the first part I sleep, and then I wake up.
Early morning.
Yeah, early in the morning just to see what happens.
All right. So you can make a perception check. You will only be getting a short rest then.
Okay.
I'll take a long rest.
Perception check. That is 20 non-natural.
20
Very
non-natural.
20.
Okay. Yeah. So you're kind of set up in a little alcove of a roof or something like that, and you're just kind of keeping an eye on the roofs in the town. Slowly, you watch the sun rise as the smoke and ashes cover the sunrise for the most part. It's going to be a pretty dreary day today because of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I also do the same, actually, and just get a bit of sleep, but wake up early. I'm going to be honest, I don't trust the people in this town enough. I also want to be up early.
Fair enough. So you can also have just a short rest.
Yeah.
And are you going on a little walk around too to see what's happening?
Yeah, I'll excuse myself and just kind of snoop around town and see if I notice anything overtly suspicious.
Yeah, go ahead and make another perception check.
We've really got to stop letting me make wisdom checks, because I don't have any proficiency and a negative wisdom score.
It's fun.
18, though.
Hey, not bad.
No.
Same kind of deal. It's going to be a dreary day with kind of the smoke kind of hanging over the town, kind of blotting out the sun there. Other than that, you really don't notice anything out of the ordinary. As the sun has started to climb and it's starting to get bright out, you notice that towards the town hall and the edge of town that leads back towards Endeavor, there's some activity going on. It appears like a cart is being ready to head out in the morning.
I'll make my way over to the cart.
I'm gonna check that card out, but from the roofs to see what's happening.
Yeah. You're my overwatch.
man's literally Batman.
Yeah.
I have my cloak on, everything, a little mask.
I am the knight.
Yeah, I do that to make a bat symbol.
Ah, yes, everyone's favorite character, Felix Dwayne.
You know what? I should change my last name to that.
Yep. Yeah, so you head on over to the cart, and you can see it's like the guards you rescued. They're setting up the
Okay.
cart to kind of helm a caravan on the way out. No one's ready to go quite yet. You know that the caravan will leave probably mid-morning with anyone
Okay.
who wishes to head back to Endeavor.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm just
standard
gonna
caravan stuff.
I'm just gonna watch this caravan because I don't trust this crap.
You guys are very untrusting. I don't know why.
Because every 3 seconds when we turn around, something new explodes.
This
We are going to
yeah.
start like organized patrols in this village.
Yeah, might as well at this point.
Okay, come on.
Yeah, so you kind of set up and watch the caravan there. The rest of you guys kind of wake up in the morning, get some coffee, get some breakfast. Nothing fancy because the bar isn't ready to be open, and it's not a tavern. It's just a quick
Yeah.
roof over your head. At that point, yeah, you guys kind of step outside, stretch, and like, all right, let's get this investigation going. And that's when you start to notice the commotion at the caravan. And Tom, or Felix rather, you're already there kind of watching this go down. So essentially you guys walk over with a couple minutes behind Chorus. He left just behind you guys, gathered his stuff, and he's like, enough of this. I'm out. I'm going home. This has been a terrible business trip. Partly by his own doing, yes. So he
This
gets to
wasn't
there.
business, you should rob them.
And you can see, yep, group is leaving for it. Chorus is there attempting to hop into the caravan. You can also see 3 halflings. You assume the other adventuring party. And you recall, now that you're thinking about it, oh, they were at the fire last night. They were helping douse it, essentially. Mm-hmm. But the biggest presence there is the Sheriff Gustav. And he's like, you guys aren't going anywhere. There has been an arson in this town, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it, and you are all my prime suspects. And he's just going on and on and on. And at this point, Chorus is like, he's over his shock, and he turns and says, I have had nothing to do with this. I am being falsely accused. I am going home. And they're just having a big argument, yada, yada, yada.
Can I see if there's anyone else around?
Townspeople are starting to notice this commotion.
Anyone that's suspicious around.
Define suspicious.
Where is the cloaked figure in the alleyway?
A cloaked figure, alleyway, roof, somewhere just trying to watch.
Make a perception check.
I'm trying to get anything I can.
What size were their shoes?
21.
You're the suspicious cloaked figure sitting on the rooftop.
You see yourself?
Besides yourself, you see no one that is like ominously standing in a corner. You can see Claire has stepped out of the town hall to see what's going on because she's like, I'm going to have more injuries on my hand. Gustav is yelling at them. Chorus is yelling back. The halfling adventurers are just like, I'm done with this, dude. I just want to go. Yeah, go ahead.
Those foot trails, are they still there on the roof?
Yes.
Okay. Am I able to tell male or female type shoe or no?
Off the top of your head, no.
Okay.
They are smaller in size. It's not going to. It's obviously not a 6'4", 250-pound man. It's maybe a size 8 men, size 10 women's, something along those lines.
Okay.
What are their shoe sizes?
Of the people standing there?
Yeah, of the people that are trying to leave, what other shit?
You know what? Yeah, I want to know everyone's suicide.
We're going full detective on this. I want
Chorus
to know
is a
the type of
dragonborn,
advice
so
we
he's
have.
7
Yeah,
foot
okay.
tall and close to 350 pounds. It's not.
I want to know humanoid.
Dragonborn are humanoid. You race. No, I'm
Okay.
kidding.
We don't need 2 Kisadons, alright?
Yeah.
Wow.
Um, It's obviously not Chorus's footprints. He is a large individual.
Yeah.
You see the 3 halflings, maybe a little small, but they might fit. Because halflings have decently large feet for their size, right?
Yeah.
As you're looking around, maybe Gustav, he might be a little big. Other than that, it might be about the same foot size as Claire. That might fit.
Stop.
Claire might be a little small. As you're looking around, you can pick out maybe 20-30% of the population that might fit this profile.
Okay.
Okay, so simple solution. Alright, I'm gonna walk
Kill a
up to
third
the
of the town.
caravan.
Okay?
That is not the easy solution, but it is a solution.
Yep.
And all
I'm gonna walk up to the caravan and go, okay, I got a simple solution to all of the problems. I need everyone here to give me their right boot.
And there's just kind of like a pause, look at you, and Gustav is like, what?
We can solve whether any of these people are suspects of this crime if I can see their right boots.
Why?
To match them to the footprint we found in the alleyway, near where the fire started. If the boot print doesn't match, it isn't them. Which also means our dear friend Boris here isn't the culprit, and I gesture at the lack of footwear.
You got big toes.
Gustav will kind of like turn to you, cock his head to the side, cross his arms, and is like, you started an unsolicited investigation in my town without being asked to, when I was clearly instructed you to take off the night, get some rest, and look at this with fresh eyes. Now you're accusing whoever of doing this, not taking any kind of proper protocol, and and he's just starting to go on about like legal laws, yada yada yada, because you can't just be like, hey, everyone give me a right boot, everyone has a right to privacy, yada yada yada. He just starts yapping.
Out of character, isn't this the guy that said we were allowed to look at it last night if we wanted to?
Was he?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, I'm sitting here like, hold on a second.
Okay, maybe. Okay.
Am I being gaslit?
Okay, we'll take a step back. Now he's like, well, I appreciate what you're trying to do here, but this is my town. I'll take a look at the footprints. We can't invade people's privacy by saying, give us your right boots and we'll start matching, yada yada yada. We'll start with taking a look at what you found.
Can I get a measurement of the footprint with my fingers?
Just like you're just kind of measuring it out like this?
Yeah.
Well, that is horrible.
Make
Yeah.
I don't want to keep using perception and investigation, but make a survival check.
Okay.
Yeah,
gosh.
Keep your fingers like
Like, I'm just sitting here like,
That's a natural 20.
You guys keep rolling nat 20s. I need to buy you guys dice that I know aren't loaded.
I have rolled half that once tonight. What are
Also
you-
fair.
I have 5 more dice I can use if you want.
It's all good. I'm just poking at you guys. Yeah. So you get you get pretty much an exact measurement on foot size or shoe
Okay.
size.
I'm gonna sneakily jump down
Mm-hmm.
and try to measure the sheriff's foot. Without him noticing.
While he's standing there talking at
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like,
I'm going to start just reading back like protocols to them. I'm just going to start going, well, if you look at subsection paragraph 24, rank 9, line 32B.
These are the laws. The laws you are speaking of are the laws of Endeavor. The laws there are different than the laws here. And he's just like kind of spouting back and forth at you. Meanwhile, you can go ahead and make a stealth check, Felix.
This is my try to help you.
24, non-natural 20.
All right. Very sneakily, you kind of walk up behind him and measure the foot size. The length is about the same.
I look over his shoulder and I'm like, maybe. And then I back off quickly so he doesn't notice.
Fair enough. Flint, what are you doing
Can
in
I
all
make
this?
Can I get Flinton?
Just like watching. Then I'll go down. I see Felix just like hop off the just walk over with his fingers like this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast detect thoughts.
On.
On who?
The sheriff.
Mm.
Oh, good one.
Ooh,
Stand by.
magic.
I'm just repeatedly yelling nonsense at him. I just start making up laws at one point.
Believe that. Oh, you've been telling real laws this entire time?
So
Yeah,
the
he was.
surface
To this point.
surface thoughts are essentially like almost wounded pride. He's kind of like, who is this upstart saying how do the laws work in my town? Like, I've been the sheriff here for so many years, blah, 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 blah. You'd have to make an actual check to attempt to drive deeper.
What if I like asked him a pointed question, like what he was doing last night?
What
But-
Gustav was doing last night?
We could, yeah.
Yeah, so you kind of walk up and it's like, yeah, what were you doing last night? And he kind of turns to you, like, questioningly, and surface thoughts are like, that's a strange question. He's like, I was leading the charge to put out the fire. Like, we were all there trying to save our town from burning to the ground. What do you mean, where was I last night?
I'll let him answer in whatever way he wants, and
Yeah.
I'll just accept it.
That's how he answered, essentially. Is like, I was there. We were all there putting out the fire. What
Okay.
kind of question is that?
Just
Can I
asking, see if I
insight
could
check
get
this?
any details on maybe other people's whereabouts, just to bring some stories together.
All right, tell you what. Why don't you guys come with me? We'll go look at these footprints you found. We'll open an official investigation, and you guys will assist me with it. Because yes, every witness states that you were out of town when this started. As far as I'm concerned, you were one of the few people who were not under suspect.
As he's talking, do I sense any secretiveness?
Not surface level, no.
I'll take that.
Yeah, so you guys can lead him over to the footprints if you like. He'll start taking a look.
He just notices I'm just sitting there as he gets up. Like,
Actively measuring his foot.
No. He noticed me by the footprints already there.
Yeah, he'll take a look. Let's see what kind of check he gets. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. He kind of like bends down in the dirt, looks through the mud. He's a professional. And he's like, a little hard to tell covered with the soot, but it looks like... And he starts pretty much what you guys covered already, about a 10 women's, 8 men's type deal. A little bit on the smaller side. And he also notices how it's strange that there is no footprints leading to or away from. Besides, he also like looks at you guys, looks at your footprints, and looks at your feet, and looks at the footprints you guys made last night. He's like, so that's obviously you guys, but there is no entry or exit point for these footprints.
Roof.
And kind of looks up at the roof and says, there's footprints up
No.
there?
Yes.
So
there
he
is.
he starts climbing. He gets to the roof, looks at the footprints. He's like, interesting. Hard to tell with any detail because it's mud on the roof, and medieval boots don't exactly have tread designs. So
Yeah.
And he's like, and they went that direction. How far did they go?
All the way to the main street where you all ran towards the fire. So they probably joined you guys.
So it got lost in the hubbub.
Yes.
Well,
What?
this is
You
suspicious.
can root up if they were shoes.
They wear shoes.
In a world where half of the races don't wear shoes, that's a...
Yeah. So he's like, this is intriguing evidence, but I won't discount the parties leaving at this point because there's not enough evidence to discount them. I'm going to take the halflings, who I did originally hire, or say, hey, this is a bounty happening for the wolves, which you guys did get, right?
Oh yeah, the heads back
Oh,
to
I
the.
did not add that to my inventory.
Yeah, so we'll get you guys paid up on that. We'll bring
so that was
in
120 split, so we each get 30.
Yeah, so you guys get paid up on that, and he kind of brings you guys to the town hall, which also has the sheriff's office and the infirmary.
Did we sell the pearl or the opal?
Not yet.
No, we
You
would.
No,
didn't
we've
sell
been a
yet,
little
no.
busy.
Nah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He leads you there. Town guards will essentially lead Chorus under his just vehement denial that he has any kind of involvement with this, as well as the halflings, the halfling
Right.
party who returned before night fell because they didn't want to go into the woods at night.
I'm gonna ask if we can investigate Chorus first.
Absolutely, I think that's a good spot to start.
Okay.
The halflings is more just to cover our bases because they were also around the area, but
Mm.
despite
We'll-
the evidence that you've presented, I do still suspect Chorus with the trouble he's
Mm.
been causing in town.
We also did a job for him and against him, so
We understand.
yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the first people we questioned, basically.
And he lied to us. So
No, not
I-
last
He lied to you last
night.
night?
No.
He lied to you full.
no, not last night. The first time we met him.
Oh, the whole not paying wages.
Yeah.
Hence
Fairly
why.
known liar.
Yes. Right.
So I'm gonna walk over to Chorus. And how tall was he again?
He's like 7 foot.
Very tall.
So he's
No
kind of
shoes.
set up in a little like side investigation room, or like an interrogation, not really room. And then you can enter there with Gustav as sheriff, just kind of presiding over this to make sure it doesn't get violent or anything along those lines.
Can I get like a cup of coffee? And
Yes,
just look at Tom and hold up the cup of coffee. Just go.
there is
No,
coffee
you
being
and me.
served for the not deputies.
We'll be behind the one-way glass, of course. Like
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
saying,
I would not leave me with this man.
that's why
No,
Gustav
that's
is there.
yeah, that's
So,
like
I-
sheriff is in there with you.
I will go in. I'll sit down and I'll put the coffee on the table. And go. Would you like a drink after yesterday?
That would be fantastic. And he willingly takes the coffee and starts drinking it.
And it's scalding hot.
It
Ah, it
burns
burned
my-
my scales.
So
Yeah, you can ask the questions. I'll let you ask. I'll just.
listen. You saw I tried to argue to get you out, but legally we are required to ask some questions.
But you guys aren't legally bound as sheriffs to this town.
Not today.
Mr. Sheriff, can you deputize me for the purpose of this interrogation?
You are being hired to assist with this investigation, yes.
I now have the legal prerogative to hold this investigation.
God, you're insufferable, Chorus says as he looks out the window.
Incredibly.
While this is going on, I'll cast Detect Thoughts.
On Chorus?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like seething anger at this point. Surface level.
Yeah, it's understandable. We'll see where it goes.
What were you doing prior to the beginning of the fire?
Well, I was in the inn, or in the tavern. I had my dinner, I had a drink, I was finishing up some business documents, and then I went to retire to my room. I was packed up most of my stuff because the caravan's leaving fairly early. I guess I'm going to miss that.
Is that truthful or not?
So far, it seems truthful.
Okay, so after he answers that, I'll cast message between me and him, and I'll tell him that was the truth.
Yeah. I will say Detect Thoughts isn't going to be an all-purpose lie detector. If you want to really get into the meat of it, you will have to make that, or he will make that check to try and determine.
Okay, I'd like to make the check.
Okay. If you probe deeper, the target must make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
No.
Don't worry, he's incredibly distracted with how much he hates me.
Yeah.
He also rolled like garbage, so. You gain insight into its reasoning, if any, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind. Blah 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 blah. Cool. So you continue asking. You can continue asking questions, and you will get what's going on in his mind.
Can I just roll intimidation and just sit there?
Just quietly brooding.
Yeah.
Intimidation at
You're not
disadvantage.
actually Batman.
I am.
He wants to believe.
We are actively doing a good cop, bad cop here, and he has to try to do the bad cop.
Yeah.
That is 25 not natural.
At disadvantage.
Yeah, disadvantage.
You guys are rolling too good.
I got. Sorry, no, that would be 24. I got 19 and 18.
Okay. Okay.
What is your intimidation modifier? It's better than most
plus
of my
6.
charisma.
You have a +4 charisma, or are you in? Oh, your expertise.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Take intimidation.
Nice. He kind of like starts shifting uncomfortably as you're just kind of like glowering at him. It's pretty effective.
Do you have anyone that can corroborate the events that you have foretold them? Any witnesses?
Anyone who was in the bar, the halflings were there. The construction crew was there. Cyril was there. I talked to him briefly before retiring.
Okay, okay. What business papers were you working on?
Finalizing the sale of the business here.
Is there
And
anything he's... Sorry, go ahead.
he's becoming very nervous, particularly or partly because there's a very scary man just kind of staring at him.
Is there anything he's hiding?
Not hiding per se, but he's not being fully forthcoming. It's almost as if he's... How do I describe this? In his own mind, he's innocent, and this is a waste of time, and he's very upset at it, so he's just going to be difficult. Or he's trying to be difficult about this, is what you're getting.
Trying.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, I don't
what's
know.
he shying away from?
Speaking to Cyril. There's like a brief hesitation there in his mind as he answers that.
Okay, I'll message you, Neptune, to dig deeper on that.
Okay. What did you talk to Cyril about?
Preparing early breakfast, early coffee, seeing what time the caravan leaves, and ensuring that I'm up in time to catch it.
Did he miss anything
didn't-
there?
I will say at this point your detect thoughts did end because it is 1 minute long. 1 minute.
Okay.
I'll cast it again.
Okay. He's going to make another save.
Yep.
If you're probing deeper again.
Yep.
And it's even worse this time.
Perfect.
Was it in that one?
2. I cannot roll tonight. You guys are lucky.
I know.
Wouldn't some of those questions have been best saved for the caravan?
Well, if I
At the
don't
time they
know,
were leaving?
if I didn't know what time they were leaving, then I wouldn't be able to catch them on the way out. They weren't there and prepared yet.
Mm-hmm. I'll kind of look over at Felix to see if they have any questions.
No, not really.
No.
You've been asking all the good questions, so no, not really.
Yeah. We're just gonna need to take a look at the paperwork just to double check that you have been truthful with us. But other than that, I don't believe we have any other immediate questions until we talk to Cyril.
Do you... What gives you the right to go through my personal possessions?
You're basically detained and under investigation.
Yeah, so
Sheriff?
that doesn't mean all my
Sheriff?
stuff is free grabs. And he's like...
Sheriff?
Sheriff is like, technically he's right.
Technically, he is in the business of selling a bar to a competitor of the establishment that burnt down. If in that business agreement there was something arranging for the removal of the competition, it could be seen as corroborating evidence.
Make a persuasion check.
This is why I love Neptune.
That's a nat 20.
Yeah.
The sheriff leaves for a second, comes back with a piece of paper, and says, "We're going to search your stuff." Signs it and says, "There's your warrant. We're going to search your stuff." And Chorus is like, "This
Basically,
is
a big paper that says shit. You're right.
yeah, pretty much." And Chorus is like, "This is unreasonable search. I have done nothing wrong. You have nothing but suspicion. You have no concrete evidence. You can't just make the warrants,
No.
blah, 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 blah."
My question is, why are you getting so defensive if it's just paperwork to finalize the business
Because it's my...
and to prove your innocence?
He, like, stops and thinks for a second and is like, "So everyone shouldn't have a right to privacy just because they've got nothing to fear about showing all their secrets? Is that what you're saying? You should just be able to look at anything, and if you got nothing to hide, you should be afraid? Those are confidential business documents that, if any competitors of mine got a hold of, could be the end of me. As in the end of my business, not the end of my life, because I'm not doing anything illegal."
Well, I mean, I'm sure we could also just go ask Brenna on the other end of it for their permission, as it is their business as well.
Go ahead. She has a copy of her contract, but I don't have just her contract. I have other contracts here.
That just give us the contract that we need.
Go ask Brenna.
We'll take both.
And he's just kind of like starts like, "You guys, he is separated from his personal belongings. They are just in the other room."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
I'll
go with it.
kind of like look at the two-way mirror and just kind of nod.
Let's leave
Like,
him
gesture to the
doing
side.
it for a second.
Mhm.
I'll just go and get the paper.
All right. So yeah, you go to his personal stuff and start looking through it, and you find, like, within like a bag, you find like a file folder. So you pull it out and you start looking through it, and then you notice something else is in there. There's a box, like a wooden
Okay.
box within his personal stuff.
Is it locked?
Doesn't appear to be.
I'll open it.
You pull it out, you open it, and within there are 2 vials of alchemist's fire, with a spot for a third that is missing.
Oh,
Oh boy.
And we're still in the room.
I'm going to. Oh goodness. How do I want to play this? I could do this so dirty.
I want to say show it to me, but I can't. Cause
You do find the contract for Brenna and
Yeah.
her business there. Quick look at it with your legalese, which you would have been somewhat trained in. Things seem on the level. You take a quick look at his other documents, and they are other business contracts that appear to be, at first glance, on the level.
Okay. I'll take this. I'll take the vials and I'll walk into the room
Okay.
with the others in the interrogation room. And I'll just set them on the table.
As soon as I know these, can I re-roll
I'll
my
just-
intimidation?
Your intimidation has been pretty good, which is why he's been still forthcoming with things, but he,
Okay.
at some point, he's like, "No, legal rights, yada, yada, yada." He's a stubborn man.
So-
As you put the box on the table, he just kind of looks at you, looks at this, looks at you, and is like, "What's this?"
I'll open it.
I'm inciting that immediately.
Go ahead and make insight rolls.
I'm joining, yeah.
He opens up. You open up the box, and there's the vials of alchemist's fire. He kind of looks at it for a second, and he's like, "Is this important in any way?"
18 on my insight check.
I'll also
19.
insight.
19.
All right, go ahead and make an insight check as well. Are you doing ones too, Flint?
No, like,
Okay.
He's like, huh? What's happening?
There's no fights going on, so he's just vibing.
I'm writing it
Flint-
down.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, take her.
Canonically, Flint is on the other side of the glass.
Yeah.
going, "Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm,
just. Yes.
What'd you roll, Kisadon?
mhm."
19.
19. Nice. He seems, as far as you can tell with just like body language and voice and whatnot, because you don't have your detect thoughts is only a minute, so that's down again. He seems genuinely confused, and maybe not confused, but like he doesn't react in any way.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to him
Okay.
and say, "You know that I'm a magic user, right?
Yep.
So I have a certain set of skills, shall we say, that can explain to me people's most inner thoughts, and I can tell if you're lying. So I'm gonna walk over to him, put my hand on his shoulder, and I'm gonna say, now I'm gonna ask you one more time. What do you know about this?"
You can go ahead and make an intimidation check as well with advantage.
And mine's still going on.
Oh yeah. No, I'm taking it into account. Don't you worry.
It's weird that I'm playing the good cop here.
Yeah, the warlock.
21.
I am a good warlock.
Fair enough.
Ugh.
So with that, he's like, well, I'm pretty sure it's against my rights for you to go digging through my mind for answers, but whatever. Go ahead and ask your questions.
He did ask a question.
I said, what do you know about this?
And he looks at it, looks at you, and says, I know nothing about this.
All right.
I'm gonna insight. Do I have to insight again, or is my?
I'll say
previous-
carrying the same insight, he still seems like he doesn't know what this is.
Does that
I'm
mean
gonna-
someone planted it on him?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the sheriff and go, "Who collected these?
Hmm.
Like, who collected his personal belongings?"
He had them with him. He walked in with them. This was in his personal
You walked-
belongings.
You walked in with this box.
I've never
took
seen that
the
box before in
belongings
my
off
life.
of
I
him.
walked in with my bag.
So this wasn't in your bag last night.
No.
I would like to ask the.
Was this in my bag?
Yes.
So first off, you went through my stuff again. Great. But no, I've never seen this before. I don't know where it came from. If it was in my bag, I don't know how it got there.
See, the good thing is I believe you, which means someone is trying to frame you.
And
This
I know
is what's
4
sad
other
about that.
individuals that were in the tavern with me that might have been able to go through my stuff. And he's like trying to like throw back stuff back at you guys.
Ah, yes. Let's pin the 4 people who weren't here and couldn't have done it.
I'm not saying you
Do
did.
you want to?
Well,
Yeah,
you
do you want
basically
to take
just
this again?
did say that we
No.
did it.
Here, let's strike that one from the record. Do you want to try that again?
Actually, before he answers, Sheriff, who's allowed, like, overall people, who's allowed in the evidence room where the evidence was?
Well, this wasn't in the evidence room. This was just kind of sitting in
The box?
The box was in his personal stuff, which was
Yeah.
just kind of set off to the side in like a little seating area.
Okay, who's been in there? If you what you know.
Well,
Since
we
he
were
walked
there.
in with his stuff, just us and the halflings.
So it could have been the halflings. Also, could have been planted on in the tavern last night.
It's
Yeah.
most likely if it was planted, it was probably
It was
planted
turned
in the.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Outside of, obviously, you consider the 4 of us. But is there anyone else you would consider an enemy to? Someone who would want you to take the fall.
I'm sure you guys can think real hard on that one too and figure it out. Yeah, I did a stupid thing, okay? I was having bad profit margins, looking at cutting corners, it didn't work out. And yes, those construction boys we're not on good terms, of course.
Mhm.
So it would seem to me, just saying, not saying they did it, but there's a motive right there.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody
Okay.
else?
But they don't necessarily have a motive to hurt the lucky goat.
Yeah, because they got their money.
Well, who knows what. At the same time, now there's another thing that needs to be built. That's more work for them to do. That's more pay for them. So dual intent, 2 birds, 1 stone type deal? I don't know. I'm not trying to
It's a-
accuse them. I'm just trying to... You guys asked if I could think of anyone. They're the only
You-
ones I've had contact with, really.
You have answered the question that was asked. which is appreciated. Sheriff, I am of the opinion that they are telling the truth, as they have not yet lied to us. And while it was in their possession, they show genuine confusion about its arrival there. I suggest we look into alternative suspects.
But I also want to which was the person he was talking to that he was shying away from? His name starts with a C as well, doesn't it?
Cyril.
Cyril, the bar owner.
Yeah, he was shying away from talking about that. I want to try to find out what that conversation was really.
Okay. So we'll look at that all next time because we're running out of time here.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So good interrogation. We'll end the session there. Strange happenings in the small town of Courage. And you guys seem to be caught right up in the center of it as usual.
Yep. Every time we turn
Literally.
around.
Cannot ever leave town again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are stuck
someone
here
has to say
permanently.
that, yeah.
Yeah, so good job tonight, guys. Thank you everyone online for joining us for the night. We good times. I have many plans and machinations in motion. And I hope you enjoyed. Before we head out, we're going to head in a word of prayer and bless everyone's week. So if you'll join me. Dear Lord, thank you for today. Thank you for this fine group of young men that we can just get together, have some fun, play some games, and in the end, all honor and glory to you. We ask that you bless us all this week in whatever we do, as midterms come up for some of us, as work comes up for some of us, and as family things come up for some of us. We ask that your hands guide us and that we may all be your light in the world. In your name, amen.
Amen.
All right. Once again, thank you everyone for joining us. And join us next time for the Wandering Souls. Have a good night.